Welcome to Hocking College Football, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Good afternoon and welcome. We are live. Week 1 college football on tap. The Hocking College Hawks taking on the Ohio Valley Community Christian College Bulldogs. Daniel Barnard alongside Tad Steinbrink. Tad, this is becoming a little normal for us. Yeah, but every single day we're in the best.
Yeah, hey, I'll take as much football as you can feed me, bud. So I'm especially on a day like today. Are you kidding me? We get to come out here and see the Hawks play their first game for the season, and of course, with Total Media Sports taking the helm here and taking the lead on live streaming the Hocking College Hawks for the first time. This is our first season live streaming the Hawks. All kinds of reasons to be excited, and all kinds of ways in which we want to be involved with the Hawks program starting this season. And I'm so excited for this. This weather's making it even more exciting. And they're facing a team here tonight, or today, I should say, on this beautiful day. First year program, which it's not too long ago. The Hawks were in that same situation, but they were a first year program just about 5 or so years ago, and so they kind of went through those growing pains. They've and in many ways they still are, and so it takes time to build these football programs up. But Coach Craig Moore, who has been here now for this is his third season, has been doing a phenomenal job of building the roster up and getting athletes from across the country involved, including the story that I'm sure many of you caught from the athlete from overseas who came and played here for a season or two for the Hawks, and then went on to kick a game-winning field goal there the other day for the Hawaii Rainbows. And
That was something.
yeah, I'm sure you're going
That was really cool.
about that, Ethan, too. You have some of the details. But these JUCO programs like this are crucial in so many different ways. Not only do they provide opportunities for athletes who may not be able to get that opportunity at D1 or D2, but they also provide perhaps an avenue for them to be able to get to other opportunities, whether that's in other schools or other programs or other colleges, and to continue to develop their education. And so this is really an important step for all of these athletes today. This is being game one of the season, and for the Bulldogs, my understanding is they're from the Cleveland area. This is their year one, and so they're trying to develop a program here. This is game one, and so it's going to be interesting to see just how things develop. We've been struggling. We've been trying to get a roster from the community college here. I'm sorry, Ohio Valley Bulldogs. We've been struggling to get a roster to work with, but we'll do the best that we can. I think Daniel's actually working on that roster right now, trying to find the roster.
I was down on the field not even 5 minutes ago talking with, he called himself Coach G for the Bulldogs, talking with Coach G. And he was trying to send me over some rosters via text. So I am trying to get that into my computer as we speak. But yeah, Tad, it is very exciting to be out here. It's a gorgeous day for some football. I mean, college football's back. There's no better time of the year than right now. You're kicking off the fall sports season. College football fully underway. I know we got Ohio State and Texas playing just up the road in Columbus right now. It is here. The season is here. August 30th. We're getting ready to get into September, and Hawking looking for a bounce back season this year. They won 3 games last year. Ultimately, did have to forfeit 2 of those due to eligibility circumstances. But Coach Craig Moore is really excited about this group that he's got coming into this year. He said that they've been here since June. They've been working really hard. They've been dedicated to the craft and what the coaching staff has put in front of them. Practicing every single day, just really working hard all summer long, and they're ready to get out here and show that.
Yeah, you can tell that just in the pregame workouts, uh, warm-ups, I should say. They're pumped. They're ready to go. They're ready to get after it. They're on the sidelines right now. Or clock, they're having a little bit of issues in the pregame here with the clock. So the clock's a little bit behind what was supposed to be a 1 o'clock kickoff. I don't know if the officials are just going to go with what the clock is saying, or they're going to stick to that 1 o'clock kickoff. But the Bulldogs were little. They must have done a lot of their stretching and warming up at the college itself before coming to the field. But both teams, I think, are ready to go, and I expect this to be a good game, entertaining game. You just don't know what to expect when you're entering something it's new to all of us, right? New to you, to Daniel, to myself. Yeah, it's. I should make sure he wasn't going straight to the national anthem here. But we're kind of right. We should let folks know we're kind of like we're looking at the PA system. So if we're playing that speaker on top of that as we're also speaking to you listening at home on the live stream.
Rattled down the PA speaker. We got a little bit of wind coming through. I guess you can call it the scaffolding that we are in right now. But we're set up. We're field right here on the 50. A great live stream for all of you. Shout out to all of our producers and camera operators that we have up here today. Sean running the show.
Yep.
It's gonna be a great day, and we're excited to bring you some Hocking College football Week 1 action coming up here in just a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession. Real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Welcome back. We got about 5 minutes to kick off here from Hocking College. Daniel Barnard alongside Tad Steinbrink. Week 1 action between the Hawks and the Bulldogs. And Tad, like you said, the Bulldogs traveling down from Cleveland. This is their first game in program history. Some interesting notes on that, but now we are going to get into the national anthem. So we'll be back after that.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession. Real skills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
We are set for football here at Hocking College. Week 1 action between the Hawks and the Bulldogs set to get underway here in just a couple of minutes. Daniel Barnard alongside Tad Steinbrink. And Tad, I was up here a couple of days ago. I got the chance to with now third-year head coach Craig Moore. And Craig was like we talked about earlier, he's really excited about this group of guys that he's got coming into the year. Obviously, he knows that last season didn't go exactly how they wanted to, winning 3 games. But he really does think that this group is one that is going to be able to turn it around. Like I talked about for those of you that were tuned in here a few minutes ago, this group of players for the Hawks has been here since June. He said that they had a couple of different waves come in. 2 different groups of guys came in at different times in June and early July. Overall, both groups have been really dedicated to bettering themselves on the football field and even off the football field. He said that his goal as a football coach is not just to have great players on the field, it's great players off the field. And he's really impressed with how this group has come together, how they've gelled together, and he thinks that they really have something special. And I asked him one player that he thought or that he thought stood out to him throughout the summer, and that player was Jalen Stoker, an inside linebacker for the Hawks. He said that he has been working extremely hard all summer long, can cause a lot of havoc over the middle of the field on defense. So that is definitely a name to keep our eyes out for here this afternoon. As you can,
Yeah, it's the nature of the beast in JUCO football in college. You're gonna have a lot of change from year to year, a lot of kids coming in and out, going other places, so on and so forth. And yeah, so it's really important that you get the who any new players that you have on the roster, that you get them there as early as possible so that you have the time to work with them. And now, going into his 3rd season as the head coach of the Hawks, Coach Moore has had an opportunity to kind of develop some culture with the players who are retained, as well as bring in the type of players that he wants to mold and shape for his program. And so this is certainly exciting times for Hocking Hawks football, and we're excited to be a part of it. And we're looking forward to this week 1 matchup against the Bulldogs.
well, as you can see on your screens, both teams are out on the field, Hocking in their yellow tops, white bottoms. Ohio Valley, well, they needed to borrow some uniforms when they got here. They are wearing the Hawks road uniforms, the white uniforms on white bottoms here today. They will kick off in their program's first ever game. They became a program. They had some baseball games earlier in the spring. Now they're getting their first football action on the gridiron here this fall. Exciting times for Ohio Valley Community Christian College. But yes, the Hawks will return or will receive when we get this one underway here. 15 minutes on the clock. And it is a little windy out here, folks, like we talked about. So they are having to set the football up and hold it as if it is a full attempt so the football doesn't fall. We are ready to go. The kick is away, and college football is back in Hocking. The return picked up around the 25-yard line, up past the 40, still on his feet, working his way up past the 45. I thought I saw a flag fly on the field. It might have just been a cleat.
May have been a cleat.
Might have been a bright yellow cleat.
Yeah, sure is.
They will start at the 47-yard line. First down and 10, 15:51 to go. We'll get our first chance to look at this Hocking College offense. We saw in pregame warmups, it was Luke
That was a
Ferris.
flag. Personal foul on the Bulldogs there. Yep, that was a flag.
So move them up a little further. Make it, I believe that will be the 37-yard line is where they will start now.
And I didn't see it, but it was during the play itself, so it wasn't a late hit or something along those lines. It must have been some type of illegal contact happening during the play.
So during pregame warmups, Tad, we were watching the offense and defense out there for Hocking. It was Brent Upshaw and Luke Ferris taking quarterback snaps. It'll be Brent Upshaw to start the season at quarterback for the Hawks. He stands in the shotgun with 2 to his left, a running back in the backfield, and we are underway. The first play from scrimmage is a handoff to the right side, and he will be taken down. That is Nicarius Allgood on the carry. He gets back right around the line of scrimmage, might have picked up a yard or 2. So second down and long coming up. The ball spotted at the 36. Allgood did get 1.
So it looks like the Hawks are coming out with a shotgun look, kind of a offset pistol look offensively. Spread it. They have the Bulldogs spread out here.
Upshaw in the shotgun. He takes this off to all good once again. Fake after the give. A flag does fly in, but we will check on that here after the play. It was a pickup of about 2 or 3.
The personal foul.
Yep, another personal foul on the Bulldogs. So once again, folks, remember that this is the Bulldogs' first ever game in program history. So they are definitely trying to work out the kinks over there here in the early going. That's 30 yards and penalties here early on for the Bulldogs. That'll move Hocking up to the red zone, inside the red zone. They're on the 19-yard line now.
Just looking at last year's stats with the Hawks, it did appear that they had more success with the ground game last year, and so that's what they're going to start this game out as well.
Snap, and they are blown up in the backfield. Upshaw stays on his feet. Now he's taking down the balls on the ground, and the Bulldogs have it.
Boy, the linebacker timed that blitz perfectly. He shot the gap. He was pretty much untouched, and he was back to the quarterback almost before the quarterback got the snap. And that was an excellent play for the Bulldogs and a way to kind of answer this field position that the Hawks were able to get early on. Big turnover to start out the game here, early start. Obviously not the start that Coach Moore wants, but now the defense is out there to get their opportunity.
How about a fumble recovery on your program's first ever possession on defense?
Yeah.
I would say that is pretty good.
Yeah.
That fits the mold that the Bulldogs were looking for coming into this one. And now we'll get a look at Hocking's defense for the first time this year. I apologize for that.
They're having issues.
Stoppage.
Yeah, they're having issues with the play clock, and so they're just going to keep the play clock on the field. The referees themselves are going to keep it on the field.
So here come the Bulldogs for their first offensive possession of the afternoon. Just 1 minute and 17 seconds into this one. Score all knotted at 0. And bear with us, folks, because we are trying to learn these names on the spot, just like you guys are for the Bulldogs on offense. It's caught by the receiver in the flat. He is twisted down. A flag comes in from the side judge.
So they motioned the receiver. The Bulldogs motioned the receiver from the left off to the right, and basically took the snap and threw it out to him, and what basically acts essentially as a bubble screen on the edge. And the Hawks corner did a very good job of shedding the blocking and making the tackle for a loss, and there was a penalty, as Daniel said here. Now, I haven't yet caught what the penalty is.
We are still awaiting, but it is going to go on the offense.
They declined.
It is a holding, and they did decline it, yes. So it is going to be 2nd down and 8 now.
2nd and 13. The PA announcer didn't catch it. Yeah, it's the 2nd down 18 or 13. I'm sorry. They lost yards.
On 2nd down, the snap and the give goes to the running back, trying to bounce it to the right side, still on his feet, working up the sideline, dragged down, out of bounds. A nice pickup on the 2nd down run.
That was a nice job by the Bulldogs running back of reading what was available there. Play was originally designed to go off tackle, I believe, and he was able to bounce it out where he had some green grass and pick up some positive yards.
So it'll be 3rd down and short. The ball spotted here at the 37-yard line. The line to gain is the 40. Shotgun look, receivers out wide to each side, running back in the backfield. Got 2 to the right, now motion man from left to right. Snap, the fake give. Now trying to bounce to the right side. He's going to keep it himself, and he is taken down behind the line to gain.
Hawks brought some pressure on the offensive left-hand side, and were able to get back in there and push the quarterback out of the pocket, and he just tried to pick up what he could offensively. It looks like the Bulldogs may be going for this on 4th down early on, Daniel.
So we haven't gotten a look at their kicking game as of yet, but we see that quite often in college football when they get into, and I wouldn't say this is no man's land. They're still 10, 12 yards behind the 50, but it's only 4th down and a few yards to go here. Let's see what they got.
Coach G, as he calls himself, must be a gambler, huh? That stands for gambler, I guess.
Coach Gambler, we'll call him that here in the early going. Shotgun look, snap is taken, dropping back, going deep down the right sideline. He's got a man, incomplete.
He had a step on the cornerback there. If that ball had been a little bit of a pass, that could have potentially been a touchdown there. But the Hawks, nonetheless, were able to hold and not give up any points after that turnover and get the ball back in their offensive hands.
You know, they are certainly glad to get that football back and in plus territory as well. So they started the previous drive in really good field position, right around the same spot that they're starting here right now. We'll see how the second offensive drive for the Hawks looks after, like you said, Tad, that early turnover.
Coming out again here in the spread look out of shotgun.
It's QB Brent Upshaw standing in the shotgun. He's got a running back to his left. 3 receivers out wide. He's going to give to All Good. All Good trying to take it right up the middle, and he is still on his feet. Now we got some pushing and shoving going on away from the ball. All Good's taken down around the line of scrimmage. Little chippy out here early on.
I think that's already All Good's 4th carry. And, they're going to lean heavily probably on All Good, not just this game, but perhaps all season long. And in that case, the line just didn't get enough movement up front to create some room for All Good to work with.
Riley Hatfield, Tristan Baxter, and Eric Thomas out on the field at the receiver positions. Necarious All Good in the backfield as the back. Upshaw takes the snap. He's got all day going deep down the middle, incomplete.
Wow. That's, you look how this wind's blowing, Daniel. That wind was behind that football. That wind, that wind's not behind that football's right spot on. That's kind of tough for a quarterback to judge wind like that, right in the middle of a play. But I have to believe if that wind wasn't behind his back, that would have been a perfect pass.
Tristan Baxter was the intended receiver just out of his outstretched reach. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 9. 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Upshaw takes the snap, steps up in the pocket. Flag comes in from the backfield. Upshaw is going to take it up the left sideline, not have enough for the 1st down, but
in the back.
Yeah, this is in the offensive backfield, so this play might be coming back, and I would imagine Coach G goes ahead and accepts this one to
no doubt
push him back and redo 3rd down. So instead of 4th down and short, it'll be 3rd down and very long here, just over 4 minutes clock in the game's opening quarter. Hocking in their second possession. They started in really good field position to open up the ball game, ended up fumbling it away to the Bulldogs. And now are they going to decline the penalty? Did they end up choosing to decline it? Yeah.
Force a 4th down here.
So it'll be
interesting decision.
It'll be 4th down and short from the 32-yard line.
That would have been about a 3rd down and 18, I believe, if they would have marked that off. But that would have been a 3rd down and 15 if they would have marked that off. So instead, Coach G decides to go with the 4th down and 5, and the Hawks obviously are going for it here.
Same look, QB in the shotgun, running back to the right. Now 1 receiver to the right. Upshaw takes a snap. He's under pressure immediately, rolling out to his left. Throws on the run. It is traffic. Necarious All Good taken down inside the 5-yard line. How about that?
I think he was trying to hand off. I think he was going with it and fighting with it, and the ball was just starting to come out, and All Good was just the right man in the right place. That was an incredible job by who was the receiver there? I missed it.
It was Eric Thomas who caught the football. He had the ball up high, so really dangerous spot for the football to be picked out. Necarious All Good heads up, comes in and just rips it right out of Thomas's hand and takes it down even further. Now it's going to be 1st and goal.
Dogs are doing anything and everything to get that ball out of his hands, and it ends up in All Good's hands for the Hawks. So great play and great situation now for the Hawks.
So now 1st and goal from the 7. Upshaw takes the snap. He gives to All Good. Fakes the throw out to the left. All Good pushing his way forward. He's down inside the 5.
But back to that big play right there, Brent Upshaw did a great job because the Bulldogs brought more. They brought more blitzers than the Hawks could block, and he knew that that guy was coming off the edge, and he just spun out of it and gave himself some time to make a nice pass and convert that first down and big play.
Second down, 4-yard line in Bulldogs territory. The Hawks in their second possession looking to punch it in for the first score of the new year. First look under center for Brent Upshaw. Flags fly. We got a false start on the offense.
First game of the season, first game ever for the Bulldogs. You anticipate things like this happening. You're going to have some penalties. You're going to have some turnovers. It's across the board, whether it's the NFL or Pee Wee League. First game jitters and just trying to adjust to the speed of game time. It takes some time, takes some work, and so this isn't surprising.
Second and goal from the 9. Upshaw takes the snap, gives to Allgood, bouncing to the left side on his feet, inside the 5, pylon, touchdown, Hawks. Vicarious Allgood gets the scoring started in 2025 for Hocking. They are on the board here in the game's first 7 minutes.
Unfortunately, it may be Thomas. We'll have to look back in the review later on. But whoever the receiver was out here on this edge did a great job of maintaining the block and gave Allgood a chance to get into the end zone.
Zach Oyster out for the point after. The left-footed kicker looking for the extra point here in the early going. 6-0 as it stands in favor of Hocking. A lot of pre-snap movement. Flags are going to fly. The Hawks are saying it's on the Bulldogs. Bulldogs are saying it's on the Hawks.
Everybody's pointing.
Offside. So now does Coach Moore send the offense back out to try to go for 2?
May.
Nothing moving on that Hocking sideline. We'll see what they elect to go with. Penalties decline.
I'm going to go ahead and decline it. And sometimes coaches will do that because they want to keep everything normal operations for their kicking game.
On the point after try. Snap is good. Kick is up and kick is good. Zach Oyster knocks it through. And Hocking is out in front 7-0 here in the early going.
So obviously the play of that game was that catch, that incredible catch, whatever it ended up being. We'd have to go back and take a look at the replay. But somehow, some way, that ball ended up in the hands of Allgood. And then he eventually finished the deal there with the touchdown run to put the Hawks up here to start the season. So all in all, a pretty good series there for the Hawks.
Well, they took over in plus territory after the turnover on downs from the Bulldogs, and they took advantage. Obviously, that first possession didn't go how the Hawks wanted to. It started really well. They started in great field position after a good return and a personal foul. Got them up to about the 30-yard line. But that fumble on that drive, and then the Bulldogs couldn't do anything with the football. Hocking gets it back, and they punch it right in.
Yep. Should mention, we can't really see a whole lot of it with our camera angle here, but there's a really nice crowd here today for today's game. And, it's nice to see all these. I'm sure many of them are parents and relatives who are out here supporting these players, as well as the Hawks fans. I see several students, many students here as well, out here rooting on their team.
The kick is away from Oyster. It's a good one. End over end. Down. That rolls inside the 10. Ball still on the ground. Now it's picked up by the Bulldogs, trying to reverse field up the left side. And the return man is going to get past the 15. And yeah, several flags come flying in. We'll see if
that might have been the longest throw of a flag I've ever seen in my life. He tossed that baby about 30 yards through the air.
It was William Anglin on the return, just trying to make something happen.
Flags now, it looks like. I'm sure. Yeah. I'm sure there had to have been some type of hold, something along those lines, which often happens on a kickoff return when the returner was, crossing all the way across the field.
So now after Anglin tried desperately to get as many yards as he could, it's going to back him right back up to where he picked up the football. It was a good kick from Oyster. He got it down to about the 20 and then took a friendly bounce, got right past the return man inside the 5. Hocking, I have to imagine, was thinking, we got to get on this football.
Mm-hmm.
Now the ball is going to be spotted on the 5-yard line, 95 yards of green grass in front of the Bulldogs here on their second drive.
Bulldogs are staying in that shotgun here, even though they're backed up to the end zone.
Snap is taken, and they give up the middle. They get about 1 or 2.
Yeah, that's acceptable for a first down play backed up close to your own end zone. You just want to get away from that, yourself a little room to play, and picking up 2 or 3 yards on first down. That's certainly acceptable for Coach G.
The roster that we received does not have the quarterback's number on it. Go
Well,
figure.
it could be that they're wearing some different jerseys there. I don't know if their jerseys, maybe their jerseys were too close to Hocking College's colors or whatever. We don't know. And it really doesn't matter in the end. We'll call it the best we can here, Daniel. But I'm seeing a lot of effort and athleticism on both sides so far.
Fake give, pass up the left side is caught. Big play here for the Bulldogs up past the 30-yard line. Well, that's some great positive yardage to get your backs out of your own end zones right there.
I believe that was the tight end. They just slipped out on a seam route, and the Hawks were kind of surprised by that. The linebackers and safety, who probably had that middle third responsibility, did not get over quick enough, and they're trying to get this clock wrong. They're having some clock issues, but anyway, that was a great play for.
Give, play action, stepping up in the pocket. It's a QB keeper. Right up the middle he goes, and he is going to be pushed down past the 35-yard line. He'll pick up about 4 or 5.
First down for the Bulldogs, 5 yards on the 75.
Bulldogs offense has done a pretty nice job of moving the football when they've had the opportunity so far. Coach Greg Moore is trying to find some answers there up front defensively because they've been giving up some pretty positive runs here so far this series.
It's been a tough go of things. So defense, Bulldogs looking to keep this momentum going in the right direction. A low snap and the ball's on the ground, picked up by the Bulldogs, and that will just go as a wasted play.
It's going to be a jet sweep, and anytime you're running a jet sweep, it's all about timing, and that timing just takes practice. The snap has to be clean, the handoff has to be clean, and neither one of those things happen on that play. But for the Bulldogs, that'll happen over time. Just give it some time, give it some more practice, opportunity for these players, these athletes who many of them may not even have known each other until these last few months, right? And they're just coming together on the field now for the first time in game action. It takes some time to develop that chemistry.
Rayshawn Kennedy, one of the Hawks, in on the tackle there at the end of that play. 3rd down and 8. Snap is good. Play action pass, trying to step up in the pocket, and he's going to go down.
Yeah. Several Hawks are at his feet. And
It's big number 92, Giovanni.
the name. Yeah, Frazier, he definitely got some penetration as well, and he cleaned it up with a big hit on the quarterback. And so now the Hawks have put the Bulldogs in what I would assume is definitely a punt situation, but we'll see.
Well, Frazier kind of cleaned everything up. The quarterback bounced off an initial tackle, but he bounced right into Frazier's bear hug. Went down in the backfield. Now 4th down and long.
Yeah, here comes the punt team.
Now, like you said, just taking some time getting onto the field. Back deep to return for the Hawks is going to be Tristan Baxter.
We're missing some players there. Both sides are getting people rotating in now. When you're a young program, a new program, usually the thing that suffers the most is your special teams because you only have so much time to practice and prepare. And so often special teams is the one that loses that time in practice.
And now whistles are going to blow, and the Hawks are going to take a timeout. Be their 3rd possession in week 1. 1 for 2 so far, their third possession in week 1. 1 for 2 so far. Ted, what stood out to you so far on the offensive side of the football for Hocking?
Well, you can tell they're definitely going to lean heavily on the run game. And in particular, obviously, Allgood has received, I believe, all the carries so far. In the couple attempts, I believe there's been a couple attempts, at least one for sure, that Upshaw has dropped back to pass. Of course, he was sacked the one time. He's showed composure and been able to show, he's showed composure and been able to show obviously some athleticism too in that one scramble where he was able to complete the pass down the field that eventually fell into the hands of Allgood. So any team's going to tell you you have to have some balance in your offense, and I'm sure Coach Moore is going to look for some more balance this season.
The punter out and ready to go. Baxter deep to return. The snap, the kick is away, a line drive kick, and it gets a Bulldogs bounce. Baxter back to pick it up around the 20-yard line, trying to work it back upfield. He dives forward to the 24. A little pushing and shoving going on in the back corner of the play. But it'll be 1st and 10 for Hocking at the 25-yard line, 75 yards to go.
A nasty kicking away. It was end over end coming off the foot. It was kicked hard, and the returner tried to get up there and catch the ball in the air, but he just wasn't able to get there quickly enough. And when that ball hit the ground, it just seemed to speed up and roll right past the returner. And so that turned out to be an excellent punt for the Bulldogs. And now the Hawks are going to start this series much deeper in their own territory than has been the previous couple series.
4 receivers out wide. They got Allgood in the backfield. Upshaw stands in the shotgun. From the 24, he takes the snap. He's going to give to Allgood. The fake throw out to the left. Allgood up for a positive gain on 1st down.
1st down carry. The carry's Allgood.
Another thing, first game of the season, it takes some time for your chemistry of your offensive line too, because you guys are working together and you're kind of getting the feel for, especially if you're doing some zone scheming, where you're double teaming and rubbing off onto linebackers. That all takes some time to develop that chemistry.
Upshaw takes a snap. He gives to Allgood once again, and Allgood again up for a positive carry right around the sticks.
And it does look like they're running quite a bit of inside zone scheme. They're just relying on Allgood to use his eyes and find that hole that can be created both on the front side and the back end in a zone scheme.
That was enough for a 1st down. 1st down and 10 for Hocking now from the 33. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. Upshaw takes the snap, throws out into the flats. It's caught by Christian Curry, and he is wrestled down right upon receiving the football.
Just a quick pop pass there and getting the ball out of the hands quickly.
3-yard ball.
Not the biggest play, but again, just getting the ball out there, getting the ball in the air. Simple pass, simple schemes, complete some passes, keep that momentum moving forward.
Eric Thomas, the lone receiver on the left side, on the bottom of your screen. Upshaw standing in the shotgun with Allgood to his right on 2nd down. Play action pass out to the flats. The pass is caught. Hurdle over the 35 or over the 40-yard line, and that is
Colburn,
enough for the 1st down. Daniel Colburn got some hang time underneath there.
Yeah, he did. And that was another bubble screen. Tossed it out there again quick and let the other 2 receivers to the trip side make some blocks and let Colburn be an athlete, which he was, and picked up some nice yards there.
Now, we've seen quite a bit of variation from this Hocking offense so far. We've seen the inside run, the screen passes, and we've seen a couple of deep shots. Allgood on 1st down here takes it up for a gain of 1 or 2 before being taken down around the 45-yard line.
Short pickup on 1st down.
But it's encouraging to see an offense that can go anywhere they want to and have success. Obviously, that deep shot down the middle of the field earlier didn't connect. But like you talked about, Tad, at the moment, that wind was kicking. The football probably got picked up by a little bit of it. It looked like a really good throw when it came out of the hands of Upshaw.
Yeah, he's definitely shown that he has a nice arm, nice athlete. He's making good decisions, throwing to the right receivers.
And that one's second down and long. They spot it at the 44. Upshaw takes the snap. He gives to Allgood, trying to work to the left side. He's wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage.
West Bulldog defense, they're fast. They see the ball and they run to it. And the Hawks right now are having a little bit of trouble of getting on, maintaining some blocks, especially getting to the linebacker that second level.
It was William Anglin on the tackle, one of their cornerbacks for the Bulldogs, but now backed up to the original line of scrimmage. It's third down and 10. 3 receivers to the right. Running back in the backfield, Upshaw drops back to throw. Rolling out, his pass is caught. Up into enemy territory, down past the 40-yard line. A nice catch right there for Christian Curry, and it's a first down for Hocking.
Really nice job there by Upshaw. Dropped back, felt a little bit of pressure coming off the edge, stepped up into the pocket, and then worked his way off to the right, found the open receiver. Really nice ball. I've been pretty impressed so far by the young quarterback.
Just looked like a simple curl route right there for Christian Curry. Got up into the middle of the defense, found an open spot, turned around, made the catch. The ball spotted at the 40-yard line as the first quarter runs out.
Okay, and we're going to go ahead and take a break here for a second with the rest of the team. The Hawks are up 7-0 into the first quarter. We'll be back in just a few.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession. Real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Welcome back. Start of the second quarter here from Hocking College. The Hawks with the football. They reverse fields with it on the 40-yard line in Ohio Valley territory. Hawks leading 7-0, looking to make it a 2-score game here. And they've been moving the football quite well early on here in this one. 2 receivers out to the right, 2 to the left. Upshaw takes the snap. He's going to give to Allgood right up the middle. That's actually not Allgood. That is Michael Hall.
Yep, first carry we've seen by Hall today, and pretty effective. Looked like and again some type of inside zone run, and Hall was able to hit it quickly and pick up some nice yards there.
So I wonder if we see the rotation of running backs by quarter.
Yeah.
Obviously, with Hall coming in to take the first snap of the second, we'll see if Allgood remains on the sideline. But like you said, Tad, a nice carry for Hall's first of the ball game.
First of the season.
Yeah. And now second down and short, ball spotted at the 33-yard line, 3 yards to go. Upshaw takes the snap a little high, brings it down, now rolling to his right, throwing on the run, pass is caught. One man misses, and now pushed out of bounds is Riley Hatfield.
That was a nice catch by Hatfield, a little bit behind him. Was able to adjust his body, make the catch. Again, Upshaw seeing the open receiver, just finding some time back there and hitting the open receiver. Really nice game so far for the quarterback.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. The Hawks looking to extend their lead, and they've got it in really good territory. Inside the 30, first down and 10. The snap, the give goes to Hall right up the middle, and 3 Bulldogs are all over him right at the line of scrimmage. So that's going to make it 2nd down and 10 yards to go. Ball still spotted at the 29.
The Bulldog defender there need to catch a little wind, get him some water there. And it is really good weather, especially for first game of the season. But nonetheless, it's still first the game of the season. It takes some time for the body to adjust.
2nd down and 10. Snap and the throw down the left sideline. In the corner of the end zone, touchdown Hawks. Eric Thomas on the touchdown reception.
Boy, I don't think Upshaw could have handed him the ball any better than that. That was a perfect fade, perfectly executed ball. Nice job by the line of getting the blocks they needed to make, and great execution by the Hawks offense overall in this whole series.
A 29-yard throw and catch right there from Upshaw to Thomas. And the Hawks are out with an early 2-score lead. Point after attempt from Zach Oyster here coming up.
Coach Moore, that he's seeing it right now, and I'm sure he's excited. He knows he's got something special perhaps in this pass game for the Hawks this season.
A left-footed kicker out and ready. The snap is a little shaky, but the hold is outstanding. The kick is up and perfect. 14-0. Hawks out in front over the Bulldogs. We will step aside here and we'll be right back when the Bulldogs take back over on the next drive.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession. Real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
$12:49 to go here in the first half. Hocking coming out of a scoring drive of 75 yards. It was capped off with a 29-yard touchdown reception from Eric Thomas in the left corner of the end zone. Now an onside kick, and the Hawks are going to get it back.
An onside kick by the kicker to himself. He recovered his own kick.
How about that? Zach Oyster runs up as if he's going to boot it deep and just punches it right down 10 yards right up the middle. Heads up from Hocking, and the offense is back onto the field. It doesn't even look like the Bulldogs know what just happened.
Yeah. And that's just Coach Moore, Again, the Bulldogs' brand new program have had really very little time to be able to develop and work on things and, be able to be prepared for something like that, and that's just Coach Moore wisely taking advantage of a situation there and giving an opportunity for his Hawks to get the ball back again. Another opportunity here in the first half, perhaps put some more points on the board. But that kick, that was impressive by that young man to be able to just dribble the ball perfectly at a perfect speed to where, honestly, he was the closest to the ball the whole time. And
It was like a Pat McAfee special right there.
yeah, perfectly executed.
Well, 12:49 still on the clock, and Hocking takes back over on the 46-yard line in their own territory. They got 54 yards in front of them. Hall takes the handoff here on 1st and 10. He gets it up to the 50 before being dragged down right at midfield.
Hall's definitely showed some slipperiness here in the first couple carries, some speed as well. He's hitting the hole pretty quickly.
Definitely an elusive back for the Hawks. They've got two pretty good ones, it seems, here early on. The carry is all good with the touchdown earlier here this afternoon. And the most recent drive, that 29-yard touchdown reception for Eric Thomas. And now Hall, well, you got to feel like he's trying to get his name into the end zone as well. Now the second down play. A pass down the middle of the field. It's caught by Coleman. He gets past the secondary. He's going to waltz into the end zone for the touchdown.
Brett Upshaw is looking like one of your top tier quarterbacks right now, and I would imagine in JUCO, because he did 2 or 3 things in that one play. His feet were very calm. He looked the safety off. He didn't look at the receiver. He looked at all of his options, and he hit the open option. He went through the process that a quarterback's supposed to go through. And I don't know what his experience has been. We're learning these players as we're learning about the Hawks, but me that he knows how to play that position well.
Zach Oyster out for his third point after try of the day. He's 2 for 2 so far. The last one, a rough snap. This one, a great snap and a great kick right there for Oyster. Everything was perfect with that execution, and it is now 21-0 Hocking, but it does look like there's a flag on the field.
I think we may have had some roughing on the kicker there that I just didn't catch because I was watching the flight of the football.
If it was roughing, would that move the kickoff up?
Yes, you can move the kickoff. Yep, that would be probably the best option for Coach Moore.
And then maybe we see another onside kick try.
Obviously, if he misses the kick, then you accept it there and you retry, right? But there's no need to go for 2 or anything right now, so you just accept the penalty on the kickoff.
Point after try officially confirmed as good by our head referee. And now Hocking will come back out to tee up the football and kick it away. Maybe try to get it back again. That scoring drive took 51 seconds, Tad.
Mm-hmm.
That was a very quick, very efficient drive. 2 plays, 54 yards.
I stand corrected. I guess if you decline it, you decline. I for some reason I had thought that would be enforced on the kickoff. It must be at a different level that's the rule.
So Brent Upshaw with touchdown passes of 29 yards and 50 yards now to 2 different receivers. England trying to make a man miss. He is dragged down at the 29-yard line. Now the last time the Bulldogs, had the football, it was a 7-0 ball game. Now they're getting it back. It's 21-0.
Yeah. So that obviously worked out really well for the Hawks. They score the touchdown, they get the onside kick, and they quickly convert that onside kick into another score. And so in a blink of an eye, it's a three touchdown game.
And this offense for the Bulldogs, they had been moving the ball decently well in their first couple of drives, just ultimately stalled out. But we'll see if they can get something moving here early on in this second quarter. They still got about 12 minutes to go until halftime. Game not over by any means. Still a whole lot of time left. But they got to get going on offense here, and they got to get going quick.
Hawks, it looks like their base defense is basically a 3-3 stack or variation of that, which has become pretty popular in the last 20 or so years at all levels.
Running back's going to take the give, trying to bounce it out to the left. He's across the 30 before being spun down at the 32-yard line, a pick 3 or 4.
And what that defense does is it gives you a lot of flexibility to be able to deal with the various formations that many offenses presents. It also allows you to get a few more athletes and a little bit more speed on the field. It's really become a game of speed. Football has. It's almost become basketball on grass in many ways. And so that base defense, I'm sure for Craig Moore, he's a true believer in that base defense.
11:15 on the clock and counting here in the second quarter. Second down and long, dropping back to throw deep down the sideline, and that is over the head of everybody.
Yeah, the receiver had to look back into the sun a little bit there, and I think he was struggling to find the football. It really wasn't that bad of a pass. He just had a difficult time finding the football and wasn't able to track it.
Dylan Hereford Jr. on the coverage there down that right sideline. Both of these quarterbacks have shown that they've got strong arms. It's just a matter of putting it in the right place.
The athleticism for both teams just kind of sticks out immediately. Kind of helmet to helmet type of thing. It was just really great form tackle, physical, just the way you love to see football played.
The sophomore from Pick Central in Columbus,
Fourth down for the Bulldogs.
making his presence felt here on that third down. And now it's fourth down and 13 yards to go. Ball spotted at the 26. We'll see what the Bulldogs elect to go with here. I don't see a punter on the field. And if they're turning this over right now, if they can't pick up this first down, well, the Hawks are in here early on.
I got some, again, special teams. You're trying to adjust. You're trying to make sure you got all your players on the field for the punt team. Again, special teams is typically the thing that gets the least amount of attention for a young program that's just trying to get everybody in the right position offensively and defensively.
.9:35 and counting to go on the clock here in this first half. And the punt team is out in formation for the Bulldogs. Snap is good. The kick is straight up into the air. And it's going to be fair caught at the 47-yard line.
He bobbled a little bit there, but ultimately was able to field it. So the Hawks are going to start with really good field position, a good opportunity here to put up some more points on the board before the half.
So they've got the same amount of field in front of them right now that they did on their last possession. 54 yards to go to make this a 4-score game in the game's first 25 minutes. It has been all Hawks here early, which obviously, coming off the season they had last year, they are ecstatic with this start. Brent Upshaw has looked outstanding at the quarterback position. He stands in the shotgun.
Yeah, so far he looks like he's in mid-season form.
Two receivers out to the right. Now the give, and the running back is taken down in the backfield. That is Stephen Gibbon. So the third running back on the day for the Hawks gets some action out there, and Gibbon's first carry doesn't go according to plan. He loses a yard.
And I'd have to believe before this is all said and done, we're going to see many of these athletes on the field today because more than anything, Coach Moore just wants to see them in game action. You know, what does he have to work with here? And so the only way you're going to know that is if you get him out there on the field in game action. And
the freshman running back from Hilliard-Davidson High School, Hilliard, Ohio, getting his first action of the season. Upshaw takes the snap, drops back to throw, and it is incomplete through just a little wide of the intended target, Riley Hatfield, and that will bring up a fourth down for the Hawks offense. A little hiccup in the road there.
that was the very first time in which he threw a ball that was, and it would have been a great catch. Don't get me wrong. It would have been a great catch. Don't get me wrong. It would have been a great catch, but yeah, he was a little bit off target there on that particular pass.
Battle is the punter in formation here for the Hawks. Back deep to return is William Anglin for the Bulldogs. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line. Whistles are going to blow. Side with them. Don't go anywhere. Bulldogs getting the football back.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession. Real skills for the real world. Level up your totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Welcome back. The Hawks in punt formation here, 7:46 on the clock. Here, 7:46 on the clock.
Have we seen the Hawks punt yet? Daniel, I can't recall.
I do not believe so. I think their only possession that they had the foot resulted in a fumble on the first possession of the game. And now the first punt for Battle is up and away, had a lot of pressure. It is going to fall at the 27 and bounce in favor of the Hawks. It'll roll down to the 21-yard line. So Battle flips the field well, and the Bulldogs will take back over with 79 yards to go.
I'm sure Coach Moore won't be happy with how much pressure there was on that first punt attempt. That could have pretty easily been blocked had the defenders taken a little bit better angle and dove out in front of the foot of the kicker. So that's something they'll certainly be looking at on film and working on in next week.
The ball spotted at the 21, 7.5 minutes to go here in the first half, as the Bulldogs are just trying to get a little something going, trying to get the ball moving downfield. They were doing a good job of it earlier on in the first quarter. That has kind of slowed down since then. Maybe a couple yards here, a couple yards there on a carry. But this quarterback has shown he's got the arm strength to push the ball downfield, just has to be accurate with it. There's actually now Anglin in the backfield taking quarterback snaps. Now Anglin drops back to throw. Now he's under pressure, rolling out. He's just got to throw the ball away, and I think he stepped out of bounds before the ball was intercepted.
I believe, both the line judge and the umpire had him stepping out of bounds on the throw. And actually, that turned out to be a good thing for the Bulldogs because that ball was definitely going to be intercepted. But we also had a flag, which was probably
catch and run right there for the Bulldogs.
Really nice ball by the quarterback there too. Just a seam route by the inside receiver was able to find open ground. Blown covered for the Hawks there. No other way of saying it. And so huge play for the Bulldogs, giving themselves an opportunity to put some points on here up before the half and get within 2 scores, 2 touchdowns.
It was Anthony Watkins the middle, and he is taken down there. A lot of energy coming out of the tackle from Aaron Jenkins. Aaron Jenkins, as I mentioned, in on that tackle out of Central Crossing High School from Columbus, Ohio. He's a freshman, 6'2", 230.
Jenkins did a really nice job of reading the key and reading the flow and filling that gap quickly. There was a hole there, but Jenkins filled it quickly and made a nice tackle in the hole.
And now second down. Anthony Watkins was the intended target once again after his 72-yard catch and run. Looks like they're trying to get him this afternoon. Now the ball backed up past the 20-yard line. It is spotted at the 22. The line to gain is down inside the 5. Anglin takes the snap, hands to the back in motion. Down the right side, he is dragged out of bounds inside the 20. That'll bring up third down.
Pretty decent job there, getting some blocks on the edge, pick up some positive yards for the Bulldogs. But overall, the Hawks were able to make the play, not too much damage.
So 5 minutes to go here in this first half. It's third down and 14 for the Bulldogs, just trying to get it to fourth and manageable.
Oh, here we go, a little double tight T backfield.
Anglin takes the snap, fakes the give, rolls out to his left, going to keep it himself. 3 defenders there, and he's going to reach the ball forward.
They're going to accept it.
Repeat third down?
Yes, they are. And so, it's, again, a young program trying to figure things out. These are the types of things that can happen that can hold you back from winning.
Third down and 20.
Get yourself in really good field position there. You want to make sure you execute. and those holding penalties have put them back to where it's going to be difficult to convert this into a touchdown. You have to believe it's 4-down territory either way.
Well, it is now going to be a third down from the 27-yard line. They've got over 20 yards to go here on this third down after what was a solid pickup. Like you said, Tad, just shooting themselves in the foot. With 4.5 minutes to go. The Hawks out in front 21-0, looking to get another stop on defense. It was a 72-yard catch and run that flipped the field for the Bulldogs, but since then they've only gone backwards. A lot of movement pre-snap.
I think
There were 3 Hawks that
I think the Bulldogs might have got him on that one.
Yeah.
Got a free 5 back there.
There were 3 linemen for the Hawks that came through the line, so that hard count must from William Anglin.
We don't have our professional statistician here today, my brother. But can't let us know how many penalties there have been, but certainly the Hawks have had far fewer.
Down, drops back to throw, now rolls out, just a little quick shovel pass to the left side is caught, and down goes on the ground, and the Hawks have fallen on it.
Yeah, it was a big hit, and I'm not 100% sure if it was, and I'm looking for the number here, number 22. But let's find out who that is first. Jalen Stoker, I believe, who's had actually a couple big hits already this game. If that was Jalen Stoker, give him full credit. For somebody else, we apologize. But that was a big hit right on the football. He put his helmet right on the football, and pretty big turnover there after the Hawks had given up that big pass play to put Bulldogs in really good field position. The Hawks are able to stiffen up and get the ball back to their offense.
Jalen Stoker was our player to watch coming into this one. A lot of high praise from Coach Moore throughout the offseason and coming into the regular season. And he has proven himself here early on. Now the Hawks back out on offense. A quick play action pass. Pass is caught out on the left side. And that was number 88, Jesse Parson, on the reception.
Yeah, the Bulldogs defender there, he took a shot to the head, and they need to check him. They need to get him off the field. Yep. Yeah, he's definitely dinged up there, struggling, trying to get his bearings. All the signs of concussion. I certainly hope not, but let's be careful and let's get him off the field, and let's make sure the athletic directors take some time to athletic trainers take the time to give him a good look.
So it'll be second down and 7. Ball spotted at the 18-yard line with 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. 2 receivers to the right, running back in the backfield. It's a give to the back, and that's going nowhere. A lot of pushing and shoving in the secondary here from Eric Thomas and a defender.
And there was a lot of penetration when pushing it in immediately up front for the Bulldogs defense. They got a lot of penetration on that run play.
Clock still running with 3 minutes to go.
Hawks offensive line's got to do a better job of moving their feet, maintaining that. Could be the case that he just wanted to throw the ball up and give his receiver a chance. Eric Thomas there, who's had a nice game so far. Give that tall receiver an opportunity just to overthrow it a bit.
The 4th down and 11 from the 8. The 4th down and 11 from the 18 now. A couple of drives back-to-back for the Hawks that have stalled out. And McQuaylen battle back out in punt formation. His last one was solid, able to flip the field well, got a friendly bounce. And the second one almost blocked. Flags come in, battled down, hurt. The punt is received at the 50. And more flags come flying in. The returner still on his feet, making men miss. There are about 16 different flags on the field right now.
They're going to have to start throwing their hat and underwear here because you don't have any much left. Yeah, there were so many things happening. The punter got absolutely. I'm surprised it didn't break his leg because that the defender just landed right on his leg right as he was kicking the football. I don't think, obviously, he didn't hit the football because it ended up being a pretty decent punt.
There's a flag back at the 7-yard line. There's a flag.
Being a pretty decent punt.
There's a flag back at the 7-yard line. There's a flag at the 32-yard line. There's 4 more flags at the 48-yard line. So you count them all up. Oh, there's another one over on the 21 too. I'm just, it's like I spy a yellow flag on the field, and I can count about 1, 2, 3, 7 of them.
I'm glad I'm not the head referee on this
Yeah.
to figure this all out.
And all of them.
The PA team, PA announcer up here better be ready because there's going to be quite a few coming out here.
That is Assistant Athletic Director Andrew PA duties.
He's about to be challenged right now.
We're gonna have to get him some water.
So we have an all sides on the defense. We have a personal foul on the defense. Personal
Roughing the kicker.
roughing the kicker on the defense.
Right.
Offsides decline.
So the
Personal
Hawks,
foul.
the Hawks are going to be back onto the field.
Yeah, they're
on
going
offense.
to accept the roughing the kicker because that's an automatic first down.
So with 7 flags on the field, I believe 4 of them might have been for the same penalty. Because in total, there were 3 penalties on the field there. If you added all these penalties up together, I mean, the Hawks might be in the red zone right now.
Yeah.
Instead, they're going to start, or they're going to take back over on the 32-yard line, is where they officially spot it. And it just comes down to discipline for this Bulldogs team.
Yeah, and these are young athletes. Most of them are probably even played high school varsity football. They may have been on a D1 varsity football team, but they may have been the backup lineman or they may have been the backup quarterback, right? And so they really didn't get much opportunity in high school to even play varsity football, but they're still a good athlete. They're still they still love football and they want to be a part of it. And so this could potentially be their first real game action in a varsity style. And I'm not saying that's the case for either one of these teams, but you see that makeup quite often. And it's just, you just have such a diverse group of people coming from all different places. And you're trying to put that together within a few months and make that happen, right? And, you're going to deal with penalties. You're going to deal with turnovers. You're going to deal with people not being on the field for special teams. It just takes some time to develop.
Definitely a tall task for Coach G, as he calls himself, for the Bulldogs. Now it'll be second down for the Hawks after they took back over with all the flags on the field from the punt. Second down and 5 is what they're going to officially call it. Ball spotted at the 37. Line to gain the 42. 2 receivers to the right for Upshaw. 1 to the left. He's got a back with him in the backfield. Takes the snap, dropping back to throw. Now he's got a scramble, throwing off his back foot. What a throw and catch. Tristan Baxter on the receiving end once again gets it up to the 45. That was impressive right there from Upshaw with hands in his face, 4 of them to be exact.
Yeah, he
was able to get it away.
Daniel, right there, he's kind of fading away. Doesn't even really have his feet set, and he's able to hit that dart right perfectly in stride to the receiver.
With a minute and a half to go, Upshaw back on it quickly, takes the snap, throw out, caught right around midfield before being dragged down is the receiver. That's Tristan Baxter again. The last 3 plays have all gone his way.
Well, 2-minute offense here with about a minute 15 left in the game. And so the Hawks,
half at least.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yes. And so the Hawks are getting some opportunity here to work on their 2-minute game.
We had a defender scrambling to get off the field, so the Bulldogs will call timeout to avoid a 5-yard penalty if the Hawks were able to get the snap off.
Good decision by Coach G to go ahead and take that timeout. They probably need to catch their breath anyway, and you don't want to get a situation where you're giving them a penalty and stopping the clock here with only a minute 5 left. So pretty good decision there by Coach G to take the timeout.
What has been all Hawks here in this first half. They did a lot of scoring early in the second quarter. They had back-to-back scoring drives that lasted about a combined minute and a half to 2 minutes. They scored on a long 29-yard touchdown reception for Eric Thomas. And then the kickoff was an onside kick recovered by Zach Oyster. And then a 50-yard touchdown reception right after for Daniel Colburn. Made it 21-0, and that one is scoring for quite some time now. Both offenses stalling on consecutive drives. The Hawks looking to get back into the end zone here before halftime. 2nd down and 6 from midfield. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Upshaw takes the snap. He gives to the back, who is taken down in the backfield, maybe trying to catch the defense by surprise. There is a Bulldog injured on the field.
Yeah, took a shot on the shoulder there.
It was all good back out into the backfield, and that will stop the clock again. Hocking has 2 timeouts remaining. The Bulldogs have 1.
So I believe that's the first series that we've seen all good since the first quarter.
The injured Bulldog up to his feet. He will hobble off the field under his own power.
Do we have that gentleman's name, number 99? Do we have it on the roster? Because I've seen him in on several plays. He's kind of a lanky player, but he is aggressive. He's physical for his size. I've been pretty impressed by his play throughout the game.
We do not have number 99 on the roster. Or we do, excuse me. George Freeman was the injured Bulldog. And now 3rd down and 7. Upshaw takes the snap, drops back under pressure, trying to roll out. Rolling to his right. I don't see any flags yet. Throwing off his back foot, going deep for Science. Inside the 10. Are you interesting goal for the Hawks? No flags on the field.
That ball was in the air around across his body. He threw that ball 50 yards in the air across his body. That is impressive.
And there were 2 receivers right there for it. Eric Thomas came down with it. He had the long touchdown reception earlier. Now quickly back onto the ball. Upshaw going to try to keep it himself. Rolling to the right side to the end zone. He is taken down just a yard shy. There are 30 seconds on the clock. And Hocking will get back on the football here quickly. And it looks like we're going to get a timeout now. Or at least just a stoppage of play. Yes, now a timeout called by the Hawks with 27 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I think they're going to reset the clock to 34 seconds.
So a few extra seconds back onto the
I'm
clock.
still kind of in shock at that throw right there. Upshaw, man, he has impressed me. His arm, his accuracy, everything. I mean, he literally avoided about 4 or 5 tacklers there in the backfield. He had some heavy pressure on that pass and was able to roll out to his right and literally throw clear across his body, almost to the opposite side of the hash, opposite hash of the field, and 50 yards downfield, and it was spot on to the receiver.
It was certainly impressive. It seems like an ongoing theme so far, Tad, of lots of pressure getting through that Hocking offensive line. It'll be some monitor as we get into the second half and the rest of the season.
Bulldogs have some pretty good speed at their linebacker position, and they're bringing some pressure. Coach G's just not going to sit back here and let the Hawks do whatever they want. He's trying to do what he can with his defense, bringing pressure, and with that, with picking up that pressure.
Upshaw under center, all good in the backfield. It's a QB sneak, and Upshaw is in. Touchdown, Hawks.
Lost his helmet forward too, but I'm sure he's fine.
Well, a Bulldog came away with the football at the end of it,
Yeah,
but I believe that Upshaw had broken the plane prior to it coming loose.
Right. Yeah, the ball across the goal line already, and I'm not even sure, but he definitely crossed the line of scrimmage. I'm sorry, the goal line with the football in his hand. It was just lost at
If
some
he crossed the line of scrimmage, he would have crossed the goal line as well. So I guess you're right in both.
Yeah. So again, another great series offensively for the Hawks. Definitely an outstanding series for the quarterback Upshaw.
Now Zach Oyster back out for his 3rd point after attempt here in the second quarter. It's the first points on the board in 12 minutes. The Bulldogs trying to time up the kick, jumped off sides. The kick is up and good. We had William Anglin trying to time up that snap to get into the backfield and try and block. He jumped off sides a little early. 2 flags fly for the same reason. It is now 28-0 Hocking with 30 seconds to go here in the opening half. We will step aside for the kickoff and be right back on Total Media Sports.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession. Real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
"30 seconds to go here in the first half. Welcome back from Hocking College. I'm Daniel Barnard, joined alongside Tad Steinbrink. It is all Hawks here in this first half, up 28-0 over in Ohio Valley Community Christian College, who is playing their first football game in program history. Zach Oyster out for the kickoff. He will boot it away. As a good end-over-end kick, caught around the 21-yard line. Return man bringing it up past the 25. Now he's running backwards, trying to get around defenders, and he's going to go down. Lots of flags flying in. No, he's still down. And he takes it up to the 45.
Yeah, he got spun around. I think he was able to stick his hand in the ground and not allow his knee to hit the ground. And pretty athletic play there, and kept it alive. And the Hawks, of course, I think there is a penalty flag on the field, right, Daniel?
There are a few on the field, and you said it earlier, Tad, that the penalty is going to go on the Bulldogs, so that'll back up from the end of the return. You said it earlier. I think we might have some former quarterbacks as referees here today because they are launching these flags.
Yeah.
That last flag came in, what would be in Hocking territory on the 45-yard line. He launched the flag about 30 yards into the middle of the players. It's impressive.
They're
got to make sure you don't hurt a player,
man. They're in mid-season form already.
You got to make sure you don't hurt a player launching them that far.
Yeah, absolutely. That did happen to a player.
Yeah.
And I can't recall the
I
player's
think it was a
name.
Browns player.
Got hit right in the eye with it.
Lost sight in his eye.
Yeah.
Scary stuff. These referees.
They're definitely winging. And there's
Hocking them in there.
their arm got to be getting a little bit tired at this point, though, because they've done quite a few so far in this game. Not surprising. First games, you typically have quite a few penalties.
Snap for Anglin. He's rolling out to his left here on 1st and 10. Right around the sideline, throws off of his back foot and across his body, and it is incomplete. 9 seconds to go on the clock.
Good decision in the end there by England, just kind of throwing the ball where only his receiver would have a chance, if at all of a chance. It was just kind of throw it into empty space there, not take the sack.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 with about 9 seconds to go here in the game's first half. We'll see if Ohio Valley wants to just run this clock out or if they try to run another play and get downfield. Just try to find some busted coverage. Anglin alone in the backfield, takes the snap, drops back. He's going to throw off his back foot deep, and it is incomplete.
Boy, that was a good ball, and he had a step.
That was.
Number 82 for the Bulldogs, he had a step there and nearly caught it, nearly completed it. Of course, the clock would have probably ran out on him anyway, but again, they're just out here playing some football right now, trying to make a play here before the half.
3 seconds on the clock. Ball brought back to the 18-yard line for 3rd and 10. At this point, it doesn't really matter what down and distance it is. This will be the last play of the half. But for what it's worth, they've got 82 yards in front of them, so they're going to have to make something crazy happen At the end of the day, you also just don't want to turn the ball over. Maybe trying to do a little lateral game here on the last play of the half. We'll see what they come out with. It's a spread look. Anglin alone in the backfield, three-man rush, excuse me, for the Hawks. Anglin rolling out to his left. He's going to keep the football himself. He's got some room to work up past the 25, the 30, to the 35 and the 40 before he just jogs out of bounds.
Ouch. Two Bulldogs players ran into each other right there toward the end of the play, and I hope they're both all right. They were just trying to get down there and make a block for their quarterback and ended up running into each other accidentally. But nonetheless, we're going to head to the half here, Daniel.
That will do it for the first half. Hocking making a statement here in the first game of the season. They lead it 28-0 as we reach intermission on Total Media Sports.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession. Real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hill.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
I'm seeing your face before my friend, but I don't know it all. So much to you, so to ice. Speaking from why I'm at here, I know where you've been.
It's all in the light.
Temptations originally, Stone's version much more rockin'. Ain't too proud to beg. Ozzy and Lita. So we remember the late Ozzy Osbourne before that, along with Lito singing that love song with Sharon Osbourne, looking right through the glass, keeping an eye on Ozzy as well as her client. Yeah, she had interest in both because she was Lita Ford's manager, as well as, of course, Ozzy's manager and wife. Nice little combination job. I'm sure she made a good killing. Commissions on that room. Radiohead, Pink Floyd, will rock with them coming up in just mere moments. Before I get out of here, in case you've not seen the latest advancement in humanoid robots, was released just this last week. Figure 02, one of the biggest, and they're the most expensive. We talked about that a few months ago, about how the Chinese are trying to flood the market with these $6,000 humanoid robots when like Tesla's is like 20,000. Figure 02 is like 50,000 for a robot. Well, they released their Figure 02 with Helix system. That's what you want to search on the World Wide Web. Figure 02 with Helix system video, and watch this humanoid robot make its way over skids and rocks. It's like a junkyard and it's walking over stuff. And yeah, it's kind of stumbly and awkward, but it doesn't fall. Looks like a drunk human being at times, but it's a robot. And once you start thinking, oh my God, that's a robot being able to walk over. Yeah, think what that robot can do. Figure 02 Helix system video. Very interesting advancement in robots.
When you have a phone. Welcome back at the halftime break here from Hocking College. We got about 2.5 or so minutes until we get the second half underway. Daniel Barnard alongside Tad Steinbrink. And folks, we do apologize for some connection issues that we are having up here on the broadcast that is leading to a little bit of a lag. We do understand that there are some issues there. We are working to resolve them as best we can. Did just want to say we apologize for that. But what we don't or what we do know is that Hocking College has played exceptional football so far here today, Tad, and it really all starts with Brent Upshaw and his ability to throw the football and throw it accurately. He has been outstanding. He's got a couple of long touchdown throws, one from 29 yards, one from 50 yards. But what has stood out to you from his game in the first half, and what are you expecting from him and maybe some other quarterbacks in the second half for this Hawks team?
Well, I expect them to just continue to work on what they've been doing very well. And I'm sure Coach Moore's very pleased, or should be very pleased, with this passing game, which they struggled quite a bit last year with the pass game. They certainly shown improvement so far in this game this season. And Coach Moore's the type he does like to run the football, so they're going to continue to mix it up and do what they've been doing effectively so far. And so again, for the Bulldogs, they just need to clean things up. They've hurt themselves quite a bit with penalties so far. as well as a couple turnovers. But again, for a young program, I've been pretty impressed. Just how they're being aggressive, they're staying after it, they're staying together. You don't see the players out there yelling at each other or anything along those lines. And so it's been a good game overall between both teams. They're both working on their thing as they progress through this season.
Well, we saw for the Bulldogs early on in this game, they started with one quarterback. They then transitioned to another. And folks, once again, we do not have an accurate roster on the Bulldogs, a complete accurate roster. So their starting quarterback was not listed. He was number 17, had a couple of rough years to start the game. They then transitioned to William Anglin. He is listed on the roster, number 2. He's done some punt returning. He has played some cornerback. He has also played some quarterback in this first half. And when he stepped in, like the Bulldogs were able to start moving a little more efficiently down the field.
A little more athleticism, able to avoid some of the rushes, some of the defenders by the Hawks, I should say, and doing so, he's able to put the Bulldogs in positions where they could just make some plays, and I would expect to continue to see that here in the second half.
We got about 20 minutes left on the clock, at least here in halftime, as both teams trickle their way onto the field. If you recall back to the opening kick, it was Hocking that received in the first half, so they will kick it away here to start the second half, up 4 scores. It is 28-0. If you look around some scores from the country from some Division I level games, obviously Ohio State and Texas being the big noon headliner today. Ohio State up 2 scores going into the fourth quarter there as well. So some of the local fans pretty happy with some scores from here and from up the road in Columbus. It's been a good day. And Hawks fan, as the Hawks look to continue their dominance as we get started here in this second half. Zach Oyster awaiting the football. He has now received it and he will tee it up. The wind has died down a bit, Tad, since we got started here this afternoon. Still a little bit of swirls here and there, but that sun is feeling pretty hot. It was a little chilly to start the morning, but get around middle of the day like this, it is starting. We're starting to feel it up here. And granted, we are standing in a metal scaffolding, so that could have something to do with it. But it is.
I think that's causing some fits with our Wi-Fi too, here that we're in this big metal scaffolding, and so we'll have to figure some things out there. But yeah, this is overall though, Daniel. I mean, beautiful weather for August, no doubt.
I was gonna say that it has been overall an outstanding day for some Week 1 football, and we are back and underway here for the second half. The Bulldogs return. It starts at the 21. The return man trying to work to the left side. He's losing some yards as he steps backwards. He will fall down around the 25-yard line. Good special teams coverage from the Hawks. They did. This Hocking offense, at least, did stall out quite a bit in that second quarter. Do you expect to see maybe a little more fluent offense as far as the whole half goes here for Hocking?
You mean for the Bulldogs offense?
I'm talking about the Hawks. I'm talking about Coach Moore's expectations of his offense
Well, yeah,
as we go through the second half.
you get the opportunity at halftime to make those minor adjustments that you need to make. Talk to your offensive linemen. They're seeing some things. Certainly, they probably didn't have much opportunity to scout the Bulldogs, in the weeks leading up to this first game because the Bulldogs had nothing on film to scout, right? To look at. I don't know how much, the coaching staffs were able to exchange any kind of practice film or anything along those lines. But
As for this Hawks defense, I mean, they've been outstanding here so far. They haven't allowed a point. The Bulldogs offense has been able to move a little bit, obviously not a lot, considering they haven't put any points on the board, but they had that 172-yard completion from Anglin to Anthony. And now Anglin has it on second down, rolling out, trying to direct traffic. He's just going to keep it himself, pick up the first down and more. He will jog out of bounds around the 45-yard line, a pickup of around 12, 13 yards. It'll be enough for a first down.
He did have a receiver back here.
It'll be enough for a first down.
He did have a receiver back here on his backside who had sprung open and waving his arms trying to get the attention of the quarterback to throw the ball, but that would have been
1st and 10 from the 43. in their own territory. Bulldogs looking to get some points on the board here early in the second half, try to make a comeback effort. England takes the snap, going deep. He's got a receiver. It is tipped and incomplete. His receiver fell down on the backside, and now he is being stared down by Quinta Wafer. Wafer got a hand on it and then just kind of stood right over the top of the receiver, just kind of looking down on him when he was on the ground.
Just having a little bit of fun, talking back and forth. He's looking at the referee saying, I'm not trying to show him up.
It'll be second down and 10 now.
I tell you, the Hawks uniforms are sharp, aren't they? Them helmets, sunshine shining off that Hawk.
They
Look good.
glisten, and what is nice about them is you can read the numbers very clearly
Oh yeah,
from up here.
yeah, we
Where we're
definitely
at.
yeah.
That is one of the things that is imperative for us, is that we are able to read the numbers. And a lot of times when we do these high school games, we can't really read them all too well.
Mm-hmm.
That is no issue here for us with the Hawks uniform. Second down and 10 from the 43. England takes the snap, dropping back to throw. He's got pressure, steps up in the middle, and now he's going to take off with it. Across midfield, he reaches it out across the 45, and they're going to spot him right at the 45-yard line. That'll be enough for another first down. That's a couple of them now here on the opening drive in the second half for the Bulldogs.
So good opening drive here for the Bulldogs, being able to put together some first downs here, get the ball across midfield, perhaps give themselves an opportunity to put the first points on the board for the whole program. That'd be awesome to see. That's something I've never seen in a long.
Motions a man back and forth from the left side. And they are keeping the play clock. The referees are keeping the play clock on the field, so we don't know the play clock time. Snap is taken, the pass out to the left side in the flat. It is caught, and the receiver will be pushed up for a 4 or 5 yard gain. It'll bring up second down and medium.
So we talked about halftime adjustments for the Hawks. It's the same thing for the Bulldogs. This is really their first opportunity to get that time during halftime to be able to make whatever adjustments they need to make on both sides of the field, offensively and defensively. And so, so far, offensively, it's they've made some nice little plays here to keep things going positive. The biggest thing that they've done so far is they've not committed any penalties.
11 and a half minutes on the clock and counting as the Bulldogs get back up onto the football. It is spotted at the 42. Officially a pickup of 3 on 1st and 10. Now here on second down. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. A spread look for Ohio Valley. Now the wind's kicking back up. The snap is taken on 2nd and 7. Throw out to the flat. Behind the line of scrimmage, it is caught. Now trying to work upfield with it as the receiver. He is taken down around the initial line of scrimmage. Did a good job just to get back and catch that ball, because that would have been a fumble had he not been able to get back to it with it being thrown.
Yeah.
And we talk about it with it being Ohio Valley's first game in program history. You wonder if some of the players might realize that if that ball were to hit the ground. So
Yeah, I would assume
you would.
through high school football.
And now on third down, England takes the snap, drops back, rolling to his left, throwing on the run. It is caught. A nice throw and catch right there from England to Anthony.
That was actually a nice job by the left tackle right there, who he kind of lost contact with the defensive tackle of the Hawks, and he shot inside. And what he had done previously in the first half, he grabbed a jersey and was called for a couple holding penalties. But right there, he knew just to kind of let it happen, just push him, let his quarterback be an athlete, don't hold, and they're able to make a positive play out of it.
Pickup of 13 on third down. Now 1st and 10 from the 29. England dropping back, going deep down the sideline. A lot of contact. It's intercepted, but the flags come in. That was picked off by Quinta Wafer. I believe this one's coming back, Tad.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a little too much contact, kind of pushed off there. Both the defender were competing for the ball, but the defender can't just push the receiver in the back like that.
So Ohio Valley will retain the football, and they will net some yards out of that as well. They're going to spot it inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It's a 15-yard penalty and a first down. Are really threatening here to score their program's first points.
And both of the other opportunities that they had like this earlier in the game, it was penalties that ended up setting them back. So let's see if they can keep it clean here and convert this into a touchdown.
1st and 10 inside the red zone at the 14. England takes the snap, dropping back. Now he's got to roll out to his right, pressure in his face. On the right, pump fake, gets around a defender, tiptoeing down the sideline, and he's going to get inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah. He pump faked a defender out there on the edge and was able to pick up some positive yards as a result. You can tell England's a really good athlete.
And he's got some really good football IQ.
Yep, good point, Daniel.
Being able to pump fake in the middle of a play like that, not easy to do, not easy to think about when you're just trying to get away from defenders. 9 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock here in the third quarter. Bulldogs trail by 4 scorers, but they are inside the 10-yard line. Down at the 9. Flags fly pre-snap.
That's something there wrong with this legal substitution, I believe.
Those flags came in at the exact same time, so both refs were on it.
Well, so here we are again. They're getting close to the end zone, and here's the first penalty. Hopefully that's for the Bulldogs. That's all there is. The Hawks certainly don't mind. That's for sure.
So back them up to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 from the 14-yard line. 9 minutes to go here in
It's a little counter play. Nice job by the Hawks there. It's a little counter play. Nice job by the Hawks there on not biting and being disciplined and staying on the edge.
Quinta Wafer in on the tackle. Now, after intercepting a pass but getting called for pass interference, he makes up for it with that tackle in the backfield, and he got up wanting a flag. I'm not sure if something was said by the running back.
I kind of shoved in the head by the running back, and I mean, I definitely would have agreed if the flag had been thrown because it was unnecessary roughness and unnecessary action by another illegal substitution, I believe. So, yep. So the Bulldogs get close, and again, times 2 penalties and a fumble, and it looks like they're going to take a timeout here with 4th down and long, and I would assume they're going to go for it, Daniel.
4th and 17, down by 28 in the third quarter in plus territory. I don't really think you have much choice but to go for it.
Let's go
with the
22 now.
22. It was 17 after the loss on that 3rd down play, and then 5 more from the penalty. The initial line of scrimmage at the 14, they're going to be backed up to the 24-yard line here before this 4th down gets going. Both teams on their sidelines. Obviously, we're in the middle of a timeout. It was the first timeout of the half called by Ohio Valley as Hocking emerges from their huddle. I imagine they just dropped several back deep into coverage here, try to prevent an explosive play here on this 4th down and get the football back.
One thing you got to give the Hawks credit for. They're for the most part avoiding really big plays by the Bulldogs. They're making the Bulldogs have to work their way down the field. And so far, the Bulldogs haven't been able to prove that they can do that consistently without committing a penalty or having a bad snap or something along those lines.
4th and 22. England stands in the shotgun. A lot of pre-snap movement. They might get 5 yards back. We'll wait to see if it's a false start or if it's offsides. Here comes the ruling. Offsides on Hocking. So Ohio Valley, that is, will get those 5 yards right back. And that will be 4th and 17.
You were right all along it.
There we go. There we go. We'll take it back over. That might have been okay that he ended up knocking that down for field position.
But he still wanted that INT stat, right?
Yes, he did. He wanted to load up onto that website later and see that number 1
Yep.
in the INT column next to his name.
Yeah.
Look at a pass deflection.
Sure. And if he catches that ball, you never know. He might be able to make something really special out of it in returning that interception. But it just went through his hands. But either way, he did a really nice job of defending that pass.
We got about 22 and a half minutes to go here in this ball game, and with Hocking up 28-0, and they have the football, I wouldn't be surprised to see them trying to keep most of these plays on the ground as we go forward in this football game. Upshaw, well, he's going to go to the air right away. So what do I know? Flag flies in. The pass is caught by Tristan Baxter, and he is taken down right around the line of scrimmage. We'll check on the flag. Players having fun.
Players having a little fun. on the
Players
field.
having fun.
You know, this has to be pretty exciting for especially any of these freshmen. And I would assume the vast majority of these players for the Bulldogs, their first time being on a college football field. That has to be super exciting. And oh, got a little feedback here on the mic, PA mic. But yeah, so you know,
One for everybody.
they're out here having some fun, and I don't blame them because football is fun. It's supposed to be fun, and they're out here competing and having a good time today.
Looks like it was a holding on the offense. It'll back him up 10 yards. Now 1st and 20 inside the 10. The give going to go to the back. He is dragged down. That was Michael Hall, the sophomore from Akron East.
Able to get a little bit of some of those penalty yards back. Now about 2nd and 15.
About a 4-yard carry brings us to.
No, 2nd down and long. They're going to spot it at the 15-yard line here. The line to gain is the 30. Upshaw takes a snap. A quick throw on the slant is dropped by Eric Thomas. A little behind him.
I think that's Thomas's first drop today. Just kind of took his eyes off of the last second there. Maybe he was looking upfield.
He's got
slant.
He's got that 29-yard touchdown reception in the corner of the end zone in the 2nd quarter. He's also got an absolutely outstanding reception, a throw across Upshaw's body that hung in the air for about 50 yards that he came down with inside the 10 late in that 2nd quarter to set up a touchdown scoring opportunity. He's had himself a good ball game. Now on 3rd down, Upshaw going deep down the sideline, intended for Thomas once again, just a little out of his outstretched reach, and now we got a scrum after the play.
Again, that was easily 50 yards in the air, 55 yards in the air. He just kind of out through his receiver.
Park National Bank, Green and Bauer Insurance.
He let an air out. He's got a strong arm.
Thank you for all of your support.
It'll be 4th down and long. Brains behind us, punt teams on the field.
Hocking Valley train running through here all day long with tourists through the Hocking Hills. So that's what you're probably hearing in the background. Along with many fans here today enjoying beautiful weather and some football here at Hocking College.
LaQuaylen battle.
The wind was blowing pretty consistently from our right to left in the first half, but now it's kind of swirling more, not blowing in any particular direction.
It was Emmanuel Austin that was able to fall on the football for Ohio Valley, and they will now take the ball back in plus territory. Ball spotted at the 48-yard line in Hocking territory. Oh, this is dangerous. You and I had a federal Hocking game last night. Now we get Hocking College today. I keep wanting to call them the Lancers.
Yeah.
But the Hawks now on defense, backed up in their territory.
There's a little bit of a connection there between the federal coaching staff and Hocking College.
There it is. Head coach for the Lancers, Dominic Branch, spent some playing days here at Hocking College in his college career. And the head coach for the Hawks, Craig Moore, also spent some time on the Fed Hawk coaching staff himself.
Yep. Interesting.
Connections all over.
Yep. It was. I really enjoyed the coaches show on Tuesday this past week, where we had Coach Branch on, and that was nice to get to meet him. Bright guy.
Now the offense for the Bulldogs back out onto the field. A fake give up the middle, and then the handoff on the reverse. And the running back is able to get up about 5 yards before being bumped out of bounds. Clock running under 6.5 to go here in this third quarter.
5-yard play on the field for number 12.
Ball spotted at the 44-yard line. They give them 4 officially. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Second down and 5 for the Bulldogs.
With 6 minutes to go from the 44-yard line, 2nd down and 6. Anglin under center. He's got no receivers on the field. Fakes the give. Now dropping back to throw. He is trying to dance out of trouble and gets up the sideline. Reaches the ball forward. He's got enough for a 1st down.
And running quite a bit more of this straight T offense, double tight straight T backfield here in the second half, and it's been interesting. They've been able to use the quarterback's legs off of bootlegs as well as some counter runs, and overall it's been pretty effective for the Bulldogs in the second half.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 now. Ball is spotted at the 37-yard line. But once again, they're moving a little bit here on offense. We'll see if they can sustain that and play penalty-free football. In the shotgun is Anglin. Motions Watkins from left to right. Takes the snap, going to give the back, who is taken down in the backfield. A tackle for loss, as the PA announcer, Associate Athletic Director Andrew Brown mentions. That looked like it was Rayshon Kennedy in there to assist on the tackle.
Thought we had a flag on the ground there, but it was just a towel. One of the Hocking Hawks towels are on the ground.
A lot of yellow on the field here today, whether it be flags, cleats, or jerseys. So it can be pretty easy to get a little mixed up. 4.5 to go here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 11. They lost a yard on that previous play. Anglin takes a snap, dropping back to throw. Pressure immediately in his face. He's going to go deep down the sideline. It is through the hands of a defender, and it falls incomplete.
Anglin was just trying to throw that ball as far as he could on the run and give his receiver a chance out there. That actually was underthrown. And Hocking College Hawks, your eyes are still good.
All looks like a circle.
An old fella like me, I can use that as an excuse.
3rd down and 12. Anglin taking the snap, immediately rolling to his left, being chased from behind. He will reach it forward and get out of bounds. See where they spot him, right around the 35-yard line. 34 officially, and it's a pickup of 5. That'll be 4th down. About 7 yards to go.
5-yard pickup.
Hocking College looking to get off to a good start here in 2025. They have certainly played the part so far this afternoon, scoring 21 of their 28 points in the second quarter. And all the while holding Ohio Valley Community Christian College scoreless. They have bent, but they have not broken, have the Hawks on defense. Anglin taking the snap on 4th, going over the middle with a catch. One-handed, the receiver brings it in. It's got enough for the 1st down.
Yeah, he absolutely just reached out and snagged that, and we'll try to get that number again. We don't have an accurate roster for the Bulldogs, but give that young man some credit because he just stuck his hand out there and grabbed that ball one-handed.
It would have been Lyons on the reception, number 7 there for
Another pass here. Ooh, yep.
the Bulldogs, and This pass is going to be completed down inside the 10-yard line, and all of a sudden, the Bulldogs are moving the football here. They're down inside the 10. See if they can play disciplined football now.
They're also trying to speed up the tempo here, and now the Hawks are going to call timeout to collect the defense. You know, I'm sure Coach Moore does not want. He simply he doesn't go. He's not going to have any sympathy or empathy for the Bulldogs in this football game. He doesn't want them to score. You know, he's a competitor, and he wants his defense. Here the Bulldogs are back down inside the 10-yard line, inside, you know, well into the red zone. They've been here a few times already, and each time that they've gotten down here, they've had something go awry, whether that's a penalty or multiple penalties or a bad snap. Let's see if they can execute this time.
It's been illegal substitutions, false starts, and holdings that have gotten them so far this afternoon. Now from the 4-yard line, it's 1st and goal for the Bulldogs. Anglin in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's low, but he drops back to throw, finds a receiver out in the flat. It's a man miss, and touchdown Bulldogs. It's their first points in front.
Yeah, congratulations to the Bulldogs. Again, their first points as a program in the history. So we're seeing history being made here, folks. Again, we're here representing the Hawks, but we certainly love to see young athletes out here having positive things in their lives, and we're going to celebrate it right along with them.
They're going to go for 2. Anglin, a fade route to the corner of the end zone, and it is...
I think it was intercepted. Hawks came up with football.
Yeah, it is not a successful try. Lots of bodies around the play. It'll be an unsuccessful 2-point attempt. The score will remain 28-6. We have not seen Hocking College attempt a field goal or point after yet.
You mean the Bulldogs, right?
Yes.
Well,
We have not seen Ohio Valley attempt a point after or field goal yet. I apologize.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if they have much of a kicking game at all, to be honest with you, because they've even showed hesitancy to punt the ball, although that one punt was pretty impressive that they had. But yeah, again, the Bulldogs, there was a case where they didn't shoot themselves in the foot, right? They didn't have any penalties. They didn't have any botched snaps. They just had positive play after positive play, and they were able to execute and convert for the touchdown. And so congratulations to the Bulldogs again on scoring their first points as a program.
Now it'll be interesting to see how the Hawks respond to the points put up against them the first season long. And that wasn't a drive where the Hawks hurt themselves. That was just an efficient drive from the offense, from the Bulldogs offense. So give them credit where credit's due.
Some really couple nice passes there also, and one catch was really the thing that put him in pretty good position by number 7 for the Bulldogs. He just stuck his hand out there and came up with the football. And then the very next play, England threw a dart in there on the seam route to the inside receiver. And before you know it, they're right there sniffing the goal line.
And now they'll kick it away. It is an onside kick, but Hocking is able to fall on it.
I think that was probably going to be a designed squib kick that just happened to hit one of the up backs. Very nice job by the up back. I'm sorry, by one of the front linemen, I should say there. We didn't catch the number, but he did a really nice job of just getting on the football. And Hawks have obviously excellent field position.
Down the sideline and into the end zone. It's a one-play touchdown for the Hawks.
Well, that's how you answer a score, right? You come out there and go first play, you just get those points right back. We don't have a real good angle to that far side there, so I couldn't see the blocking, but obviously it was well executed there on the left-hand side for what looked like some kind of outside zone or sweep to that side. And Gibbons took full advantage of it for a really nice run and score.
That has got to be demoralizing for Ohio Valley. I mean, it takes you this long to get points on the board. You finally get your first points, and you give them right back 10 seconds later. Zach Oyster out for the point after a...
Now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
2:40 on the clock here in the third quarter. We're ready to go. Back live from Hocking College after a scoring drive for the Hawks. It was a one-play, 47-yard touchdown run for Kevin Gibbon. Made it look easy. The running back freshman out of Hilliard-Davidson High School, making his name known here in week 1 of the 2025 season. Zach Oyster boots it away on the kickoff. Returned will start from the 10. And the return man gets it up to about the 25-yard line before being taken down. There's a flag on the field, unless that is a towel. That is a towel. There it is. That's a towel. So we've both gotten deked by the towel now today.
That's that was the, I think, if my memory serves me correct, that was the first big run for the Hawks of the game.
Yes.
Over 15 yards or more, and so they've also obviously had some big plays, but it's good to see him have a big play there in the running game with that long 47-yard touchdown.
It'll be first down and 10 for the Bulldogs. It did look like we had a penalty on the field. I saw the referee signal that a penalty was declined. It'll be first down and 10 for the Bulldogs from the 25, fresh off of a scoring drive about 15 seconds ago. That's how long it took for the Hawks to get back into the end zone. Now Anglin on first and 10, throwing off his back foot, and there's going to be a flag coming in for that. A lot of holding done by the secondary of the Hawks.
Yeah,
It'll be a pass interference.
England basically turned that into a back shoulder fade, and the Hawks defender there, once the receiver was kind of adjusting back to the football, trying to adjust back to the football, just grabbed some jersey, and it was certainly a good call by the official. Defensive pass interference.
Defensive pass interference.
It'll be first down and 10 once again for Ohio Valley here.
40-yard line.
Spotted at the 40. It's a 15-yard penalty. See if they can take advantage of some penalty yards here. Anglin takes the snap, dropping back to throw, stepping up in the pocket now, scrambling to his left, and he is just going to try to get this one away. The Hawks came down with the football. Was he in bounds?
I think the ball hit the ground. That's what the field judge is calling there, that the ball just went, he just wasn't able to get his hands completely underneath the football.
So they will call it incomplete, and that'll bring up second down and 10. Lucky for Anglin that wasn't picked off.
England has a tendency when he's in trouble to want to roll to his left, which is odd because he's a right-handed quarterback, and typically right-handed quarterbacks to the right. And he's been rolling to his left, and that makes it a more difficult throw, especially if you can't get your shoulders turned correctly.
So we'll do it again from the 40. Second down and 10. 2:16 on the clock. It is 35-6 in favor of the Hawks. Pressure coming. Anglin rolling to his right this time. Throws over the middle. That pass is caught.
Nice catch.
Yeah, nice throw and catch there from Anglin to his receiver. Just across midfield, it'll be enough for a first down from the 40 to the 48, a pickup of 12. And now the Bulldogs are in plus territory.
In the third quarter. First down, Bulldogs.
First and 10 across midfield. Anglin lines up alone in the backfield. Snap, he's going to drop back. Rolling to his right. Flag comes in from the backfield. A dart. It is caught around the 20-yard line. Now we're going to check on the flag, though. Nobody moving down the field from that offensive line. I believe it's coming back.
We'll have a holding call on the Bulldogs.
It was caught by Anthony Watkins once again.
That was another example there of England, in this case, rolling to his right. It's just a more comfortable throw. It's a more natural throw for a right-handed quarterback to be rolling to your right when you make the throw. That doesn't mean that every time you scramble, you have to scramble to the right. Obviously, which side the pressure is coming from is going to dictate a lot of that. But you know, when he's rolling to his right and he throws that football, you can tell he's got a really good arm. And when he can get his body behind it, he can zip it in there.
He'll back him up 10 yards. It was a holding call on the Bulldogs offensive line. Back to the 38 now. Anglin takes the snap. Dropping back a good 7 yards. A lot of pressure in his face. He throws on the run, and that pass is brought.
Yep, I think
No, incomplete.
he had it back it there, but it ended up he hit the ground and he lost control of it.
It was Watkins once again, the intended receiver. Had to lay out for it, just couldn't secure it. Ground forced the ball loose.
Bulldogs have mostly abandoned the run game at this point. They're tossing around right now, trying to get themselves back into the football game before the end of the third quarter.
Second down and 20, ball on the 42-yard line.
5 receivers out there, nobody in the backfield next to England.
There's a passing look here on this drive for the Bulldogs as Anglin has room to run. He takes off down the left sideline across midfield, makes a man miss, gets taken down at the 45 in Hawks territory. There is a flag down.
Illegal crackback block error on the Bulldogs. It was, well, as soon as it happened, the defender knew it was a penalty, and he's looking at the referees for the flags. And I think a total of 3 different referees threw the flag on that play. It wasn't illegal. You go back into heck, even the 90s. That was illegal. That was a legal block for much of football history. But it's here more recently that they've changed that ruling, and rightfully so, because it can be a very dangerous type of block downfield when the defender is getting basically ear hold, not seeing the block coming.
So they'll move him back to the 35-yard line now. It'll be 27 yards to go.
The 5 receiver set.
Bulldogs lining up. Empty set. Anglin takes the snap and immediately press. Another holding call coming up here as Anglin just has to try and get rid of it. Flag is going to be holding on the offensive line.
Yeah, I believe that was the left guard for the Bulldogs. Essentially tackled the defender, and I'll try to get his number there. But he was just obviously winning the battle on the line, and the Bulldog guard just wrapped him up and took him to the ground. That was Rayshon Kennedy for the Hawks defensive end.
Now they're back to the 35. Third down and long. Clock running under 30 seconds to go here in the third quarter, as yet again another empty set for the Bulldogs here on offense.
Turns out that was actually the left tackle for the Bulldogs that had the penalty.
Anglin looking to throw, once again scrambling. He's going to take it himself, trying to reverse field back towards the right side. Looking to make a man miss. He's just going to go down and slide to a stop just shy of midfield. It's a solid pickup, all things considered. 14 yards. It'll bring up 4th of the third quarter here from Hocking. Both teams at a touchdown. It's 35-6 after 3.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career, or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Welcome back. 15 minutes to go here from Hocking College. It is the Hawks all over the Bulldogs of Ohio Valley Community Christian College here, this 6-hour score, and what is looking and shaping up to be a dominant Week 1 win for the good guys, for the Hawks, looking to get out on the right foot after officially only bringing home 1 win last year. They did have 3 wins, but 2 of them stripped because of eligibility rules. So now looking to get that number 1 here in Week 1. No better time to get it than at the start. For Ohio Valley, this is, for those of you that are new joining in with us, thank you for joining in. This is their program's first game ever. It's their first game in history. And we just witnessed their first points in program history a few minutes ago. And now they're looking for a big pickup here on 4th down. It is 4th and 15 from the 47-yard line. In their own territory, so still behind midfield, I should say. The line to gain is the 38. Whistles blow and ready for action here in the fourth quarter. Ohio Valley getting on the football. Looks like they've made a quarterback change. Number 17 back into the game.
Mm-hmm. And they're back to that spread offense. Empty set.
He takes the snap, looking to throw, steps up in the pocket, now goes to his left, across midfield. It's a QB keeper inside the 40. He's got enough for a first down. How about that on 4th and 15? A QB scramble is enough for the first down, and that was.
Yeah, just simply spread them out, and there was no eyeballs on the quarterback. No linebackers that were spying or anything along those lines, and the Bulldogs took advantage of it. Fresh, quarterback that started the game. Again, we don't have some numbers for the roster for the Bulldogs, but he did a nice job right there picking up the first down on a 4th and long.
Half a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Quarterback takes the snap. Looking to his left. He's got a man complete. That's Watkins. Watkins inside the 10, the 5. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. Anthony Watkins, a 34-yard touchdown reception.
Boy, if it was that easy in the first half or in the first couple series that young man was at quarterback, if he'd have had it that easy, he may have stayed at quarterback for the remainder of the game. But nice job there. Converts the long 4th down, and then really nice pass there for the touchdown. And so the Bulldogs put some more points on the board and perhaps give themselves a shouting chance at being able to come back and get back in this game.
Only 45 seconds into this fourth quarter, they will line up to go for 2. Once again, we haven't seen any kicking team on the field as far as field goals or point after tries for Ohio Valley yet today. They are unsuccessful in their 1 2-point attempt. Snap is taken. Quarterback looking to his right, throwing on the run. It's incomplete. It'll remain a 23-point ball game. Hocking out in front 35-12. We'll step aside. The Hawks getting the football back on the other side of this break.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession. Real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
14 minutes and 14 seconds to go in the ball game. And we are coming out of a break after Ohio Valley able to put their second touchdown on the board here this afternoon and in program history. It was the second passing touchdown of the day. Now both quarterbacks that have played for Ohio Valley each have one through the air. That one was a big one. 34 yards to Anthony Watkins. He has been active so far today. Some movement early from the Bulldogs on the kickoff as The kick was then proceeded to be kicked out of bounds by the return man. We'll sort this one out. It's the flag is going to go on Ohio Valley. See how much it affects the field position.
Yeah, it was a tricky kickoff there that the returner was having trouble scrambling over to get to. And he just used like a soccer style kick to try to stop it and end up kicking it out of bounds.
The offense is a goal. Hocking College will take over.
So they officially call it offsides on Ohio Valley.
Take over at the 28-yard line.
And the Hawks will take over at the 32-yard line.
Right, because they just enforced the penalty from the end of the run or the end of the return, which was just the ball going out of bounds there at the 27. Advanced the ball 5 yards for the penalty, ball at the 32.
So now 1st down and 10. Upshaw and company back out onto the field. The give is going to go to the tailback, and he is taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now a change at quarterback. Luke Ferris, the freshman from Revere High School, Richfield, Ohio, into the ball game collegiate debut here in the 4th quarter. Coach Moore must have just decided he had seen enough from Brent Upshaw, and enough was outstanding.
Yeah,
He played a very good
definitely
ball game.
outstanding, no doubt. Outstanding game by Upshaw, certainly the player of the game. And it's kind of, we're in that gray area here of how many of your, second, third guys do you want to have out there depth-wise on the field?
Ferris with a strong pass over the middle, caught by
Ball
Christian
ground.
Curry. Ball came out.
Oh,
Who's got it?
this is the opportunity the Bulldogs have been looking for right here.
Ohio Valley saying that they have it.
Got a couple of Bulldogs pointing the wrong way.
They are. I've seen both teams point in their directions. Some celebration from the Bulldogs, and looks like they have the football.
So there's still 13 minutes and 19 seconds left in this game. If the Bulldogs are able to quickly convert here for some more points, they're right back in it, honestly, because it in college football, it doesn't seem to take long for points to go up on the board.
The player that was pointing in the wrong direction, Ohio Valley, he was pointing in the direction of Hocking football. He was just told by his teammate, you got to turn that arm around and point the other way. Having fun with each other down on the field.
Yeah, that's great.
So now it'll be, or did they say that it's Hocking's football? The offense is still on the field here.
Oh, really? Wow. I thought the officials even pointed that. Well, we totally messed up.
Well, look at that.
I apologize, folks, because we totally thought that they had pointed. I guess we're pointing the wrong direction too.
Yeah, it is still Hocking football. They got a
It
break
looked
there.
like to me initially that a Bulldog had recovered it, so it must have switched hands a couple times in the pile.
Quarterback takes the snap. Quick throw, a slant route that is caught by Daniel Colburn. A nice catch in traffic. He's going to be taken down. A lot of bodies around the football there.
Both of these teams are still hustling. I mean, those players out there, they're not quitting. They're still getting after it. They're hustling to the football, and that's good to see. And that just tells me that these coaches are creating a good culture with these players.
Well, it'll be it'll be just shy of midfield at the 47-yard line as Ferris stands in the shotgun. He takes the snap, fakes the give, now quickly gets it away, caught by the fullback, who is rumbling up the sideline and taken down just before he gets to the 40. That was Chris Miller, the tight end from Gettysburg High School on the reception.
Flag back in the backfield, and I certainly didn't see what happened. That was an interesting little play. They're going to wave the flag off, I guess. It was, interesting little play, little counter action in the backfield, and they slipped the fullback out into the flats.
Ferris got hit very hard there. I wouldn't be surprised if they threw the flag initially for some sort of roughing the passer or unnecessary roughness.
Yeah, whatever it is, they waved the flag off, and it ended up in a pretty nice looking play there for the Hawks.
And now 1st down and 10. And Ferris takes the snap. He gives to the back, a full head of steam into the secondary. Taken down after a good pickup. Kevin Gibbon has had himself a solid second half here today, a 47-yard touchdown run, and that one goes for around 10 yards, and it's enough for the first down.
I've seen probably at least a half a dozen times these athletes helping the opponent up off the field. That just tells me that these coaches they're recruiting kids with character, right? I mean, that you can be competitive and you can be physical and tough and angry, but between the whistles, you can also be
Ferris,
a
a
good
quick
person.
throw out into the flats. Receiver makes the catch, stays on his feet, trying to wiggle out from a tackle. He sustained a hard hit right there, did that receiver on the play. That was number 82 on the reception, Kymir Robinson.
Looks like the Hawks have also worked some new linemen into the game. And again, folks, that we're kind of learning some of these players as we're learning along with the Hawks and becoming more familiar with the roster. And so we'll be able to call out some of those numbers a little quicker as we go throughout the season. And we're certainly looking forward to being partners with the Hawks throughout this football season, at least for the home games.
10.5 minutes and counting on the clock. The snap is fumbled. Ferris falls on it.
Missed a little snap. We're going to third down for the Hawks.
And that will bring up third down.
Third down, and looks like
But as I was saying a little bit earlier, trying to get to, it's one of those gray areas, and we saw a perfect perfect example of what I'm talking about, because you had that what we thought was a fumble turnover earlier. You're kind of in this gray area where you don't want to put too many of your backups in there, because the chances are that they might mess up and get the ball back to the Bulldogs, who can quickly score and get themselves back in the game. But you also do want to put those players out there, because you kind of have to see what they do in game time.
3 receivers to the left. Ferris stands in the backfield. He's going to give. That is Gibbon on the take. He is going to get it down to the 20-yard line just about. To you,
It
but
was 10 minutes, right? It was a little over 10 minutes right before the clock went dead on us. I'm sorry, the scoreboard went dead on us.
but so far, Tad, here, at least in this second half, what has stood out to you as far as let's talk about Ohio Valley and their ability to put some points on the board. What stood out to you on the offensive side of the ball that's allowed them to move it downfield?
Well, England came in there for quite the spell and showed his athleticism for the Bulldogs, and was in there at quarterback for their first score program history. And then they brought back their other quarterback who had started the game. And again, we don't know some of the names there because our rosters and numbers don't match up, or we just simply don't have those names. But and then they were able to score again in that series. And so they're showing that they're learning, that they're getting better, they're figuring things out as the game's progressing.
Well, Ferris takes the snap here on fourth down.
And I would expect if Coach G can, keep things together with the staff, with these young athletes here that are fresh to college football, if they can just get some consistency, get some time together, be able to work on some things here, especially now that they're going to have some film to look at, right? They're going to have some real film, game time film to look at, to be able to teach these young men and be able to work on some of those fundamental things that need to happen for any successful team. I would expect this program to be pretty good, honestly, if not this year, certainly down the road. That they're certainly setting themselves up in a good way, I think. Again, you just got turnovers and just silly things that can happen like that. But I certainly, I'll be paying attention to the Bulldogs' future and checking their scores going down the road.
They've certainly had quite a few penalties here this afternoon that have hindered them on their offensive drives, especially. But like you said, they have looked solid here in this second half. It was 28-0 at halftime, now 34-12. So they're actually outscoring Hocking here in this second half. But folks, once again, we are still having some scoreboard issues here on site. We're not referring to the stream, so
Our fearless leader here, Swan, I guess he's going to have to run the clock here on our stream
the
unless.
snap is taken by the Bulldogs.
Late night Russell first down, second 19 for the Bulldogs.
Well, as you heard over the PA, second down and 18 coming up. They have the ball spotted at the 22-yard line. Initially on the 30.
In on the play,
Line to gain is the 40.
And of course, with the scoreboard situation, the referees on the field are going to keep time, and that if they're able to get the scoreboard working again, then it'll probably just be a matter of them just keeping the score up there. They'll keep the clock handled by the referees on the field.
No, second down and 18. They got the wing T offense on the field. And another play that gets blown up in the backfield, back at the 15-yard line. The last two plays have lost 15 combined yards, and it is going to be third down and 25. Just going backwards.
Yeah, Bulldogs are rotating. They're rotating in quite a few of their younger players, maybe some of their number 2s and number 3s on the depth chart. And yeah, again, just giving them opportunity to get out there on the field, get some work in, get some things on film that the coaches can help teach them up with. It's all important. Every one of these snaps are important to these players and important to these programs. And of course, the Hawks are doing the same defensively. They're rotating in some of their younger players, getting them some experience on the field.
Third down and long. Anthony Watkins in motion for the Bulldogs. Snap is taken. Quarterback stepping up in the pocket. Now rolling to his right. He's going to keep it himself. Trying to make two men miss. He pulls them with him up to about the 27-yard line. He picks up 12. And that'll bring up fourth down and long. Got about half of it back.
Yep. It was a really nice job by the quarterback of stepping up into the pocket. His head was downfield the whole time looking for a receiver. But once he realized there wasn't any clean option out there at receiver, he decided to tuck the ball and run, and it was a pretty effective run.
Now on fourth down. The snap is taken. Quarterback rolling. Quarterback under pressure. And he is taken down for a sack in the backfield.
Defensive line's done a nice job as far as applying pressure through much of this game. Picked up a few sacks along the way.
It was Dylan Hereford Jr. on the sack.
And he's been out there for much of the game, rotating in on that D-line, in that D-line position. And so, overall, again, Coach Moore is going to be pleased with what he's seen today from his young team here. And I'm sure he's going to have several things to work on as they prepare for much of the rest of their schedule. And we'll go over some of their schedule here in just a little while.
Ball spotted at the 25-yard line for first and 10. Ferris back out onto the field, takes the snap. He's going deep, looking end zone. That pass is intercepted. Bobbled and intercepted, that is. And the Ohio Valley Bulldogs are going to take back over.
Yeah, just not a really good ball there by Ferris. Not a good decision there. Just trying to be aggressive, trying to make a play. Trying to do something for his team, but in the end, not the right decision. And the Bulldogs are able to take advantage of it with the interception.
Well, Ferris has been standing on the sideline for the first three quarters, witnessing Brent Upshaw tear through the secondary for this Ohio Valley team, and he's onto the field. He wants to impress now as well. Maybe just a little miscommunication within the route, too, because it looked like he anticipated his receiver staying a little more up the middle of the field versus a more post-type route. He just overthrew everybody except for the secondary. To the running back, bouncing off of tackles, able to get out of his own end zone and up back to around the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him forward for a 1-yard gain. Second down and 9 coming up.
So while we're kind of winding down in the game here, Daniel, let's talk a little bit about the Hocking Hawks schedule here. Next week, they're going to be at Hudson Valley CCC. And so actually the next two games, they're going to be on the road. After Hudson Valley, they're going to head to the College of DuPage. And, again, these are all, I think these are schools, again, we're going to be learning about as we go throughout the season.
Here on second down, the pass is caught. Up forward for a gain of 2 or 3.
But they'll be back on 9/20, so September 20th against CCC Detroit. And so we'll be here back for our live stream. We'll figure out some of the technical issues here. Yeah, I think the biggest issue is that we're in a big frame here, and it's causing some havoc on our Wi-Fi. But we'll get some answers here, folks, and get that figured out before the next game. So yeah, they have Detroit here at home, and then the following home game will be Erie, and then the College of DuPage. They're actually playing them twice, so they got the home and road, and then followed by home game against College of DuPage. And Howard Huskies prep is coming to Hocking College, and then finally lead prep at the end of end of the season in November, and of course some road games along the way throughout there. They're actually playing CCC Detroit a couple times, I believe, as well.
On third down and medium, a bad snap, but the quarterback able to pick it up, get it out to the flat, and the receiver able to pick up a solid gain.
So it's a full slate for the Hocking College Hawks this fall, and we're excited to be a part of it. Total Media Sports is excited to be a part of Hocking College football this season, and we hope you'll enjoy it. Of course, we won't be covering the road games, but we're going to try to cover as best as we can. These for any of you parents who are back at home. Hopefully, you'll be able to tune in. If you're not able to make it here for the game, you'll be able to see your young man out here competing at the college level, which is certainly, I'm sure, many of you are very proud of seeing your young men out here on the college football field, getting an education, getting a great education from Hocking College. I'll let you make the play there, Daniel.
That was a sack on 1st and 10. The quarterback down in the backfield. Hocking College all over it defensively here this afternoon, Tad.
Yep. But again, as I was saying, these young athletes out here getting a great college education here at Hocking College, and also being able to continue their football careers at the JUCO level, perhaps having opportunities maybe to move up the ladder, you might say. We've seen several Hocking College players already have the success at other levels, and this can be serve as a stepping stone for those players, or it can also serve as an excellent way to have a career and get a really good that you might be able to apply immediately, or you most likely will be able to apply immediately, or perhaps also continue on in your educational field. So overall, great opening game, I think, Daniel.
Yeah, it's been a great game for Hocking overall. They had a slower start to the game, a turnover on that opening possession, but they were able to find the end zone early on. Exploded in the second half, as on this second down play, the rush isn't going to go far at all. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. But they were able to put 21 on the board in the second quarter, had a 28-0 lead at halftime, did the Hawks. Each team scored in the third quarter, 35-6 was our score. And now here in this fourth quarter, the Bulldogs have played 5-12, but the defenses look solid for Hocking. They have allowed a little bit of yardage, but they haven't broken all that much when it comes down to it in the red zone. And as for the offense, they've been able to move at will throughout the game. It's been impressive.
Yeah, especially when Upshaw was in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely is a talent. And I'm sure all these other teams that I just mentioned that the Hawks are going to be playing, they're certainly going to have their eyes wide open when they look at the film and they see Upshaw's arm and his ability to be not just throw the ball far and throw the ball fast, but also, most importantly, very accurate. He was very accurate today with his throws. And the receivers, give them all the credit in the world, too, because they had sticky fingers today, and they were able to catch the football and turn those excellent passes into. And so I expect, as long as Upshaw can stay healthy throughout the season, he's going to put up some impressive numbers for the Hocking College Hawks this year.
A couple of long touchdown passes earlier on in the game. It has no doubt been an impressive performance from him and the offense as a whole. They've had several different running backs in there that have all had solid gains on the ground today. One of them being Kevin Gibbon with the long touchdown run earlier on. And now the Bulldogs going to go back to William Anglin at the quarterback position, and his first play is picked off by Wafer. Wafer trying to work to the right side, down the sideline, and into the end zone. It's a pick six.
There with the interception, and then being able to run all the way across the field, across the green, and avoid some tackles, and use the blockers in front of him, and find a way into the end zone. So I guess that's our first defensive score of the season for the Hawks, right?
Quinta Wafer with the pick six. Yes, the first offensive score of the ball game and the season. That was impressive, just overthrown by Anglin. And the score now 41-12 with the extra point pending. Zach Oyster back out onto the field. Wafer set to do the holding. After the
I don't want to say it because I know I'm going to jinx them if I say it. You know what I'm going to say, but
the announcer's
wait till-
curse with kickers is
I'm
real.
gonna
Don't
wait
say it,
till-
Tad.
yeah.
Oh, you
Hey,
did it.
you did it. Attempt it, man. Come on.
The snap was bad, and it was a good job by Wafer just to be able to bring it down. He tried to throw off his back foot for the 2-point conversion. What Tad was about to say was he's perfect on extra points all day.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's
Still
not.
is perfect.
He
on
still is
attempts.
perfect
That's
on
not,
attempts.
Yes, that's not an attempt. That's not an official attempt.
You put it in the air. They didn't even want to give him an opportunity. So 41-12, the score. Hocking in front. I do not imagine that extra point will have any bearing on the result of
And
this
the
football
thing I
game.
was also going to mention about it is not only were they all executed and good kicks, but they were every single kick looked like it was straight up the middle. You know what I mean? Right up the middle. Oyster doesn't have the strongest leg in the world, but he's certainly accurate with his kicks, and so that's another positive sign for the Hawks.
The Bulldogs out ready to receive the kick as Oyster gets set to tee it up. Folks, once again, we are not aware of how much time is left on the clock because we are having scoreboard issues here at the field. So we are having to guess as the referees are keeping time on their own. When the clock went out, or when the scoreboard went out, there was 9 minutes and 13 seconds left. Down to the 20, it will be returned up the sideline. A big hit on the sideline there from number 56 for the Hawks.
Yep.
That is going to be Tyreek Lewis.
Yeah, both these teams are still playing hard. They're still playing physical. It's just the Hawks have they've executed a little bit better. Perhaps have a few more athletes on the field, and obviously have had a little bit more time to work together as a team. And the Hawks haven't committed some of the shoot yourself in the foot plays nearly as much as the Bulldogs have throughout the game.
So that'll be 1st and 10. The ball spotted at the 40-yard line. It was impressive enough for the return man to be able to hold on to that ball, getting clotheslined all at the same time on his own sideline. He's able to hold on to it, and now the offense will take back over after throwing the pick six just a couple of minutes ago. Anglin back at the quarterback position, looking to make up for that interception. 41-12 the score. Anglin rolling out. He is taken. It seems like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, kind of pinning their ears back now, and they want to pad them stats a little bit and get some of these a little bit easier sacks late in the game like this. And I don't blame them because it's nice getting those sacks anytime. You work so hard throughout the game. It's kind of the reward in the end of working that hard in practice and working that hard throughout the game.
So 2nd down and long, ball spotted back inside the 30 at the 28-yard line. Anglin takes the snap, feeling the pressure, rolls out to his right. Now he's going to take off up the right sideline. He will just jog out of bounds, just shy of midfield. Got up across the 45 to the 46. And that's a solid pickup, around 15 yards there.
Yeah, I don't know what Coach G is going to decide between now and their next game, the Bulldogs' next game, at the quarterback position.
Quarterback.
It just kind of feels like England just gives them more options with his athleticism.
He has looked impressive from the quarterback position, able to maneuver around the pocket, scramble when he needs to. He'll take the snap here on third down, and he's going to wind up and go deep. Down the left side, it is over the heads of everybody and incomplete. 2 receivers and defensive backs in the area.
Yeah, you definitely let that ball go.
Bring up fourth down. Oh, referees can throw some flags, but they can't throw the football. I don't know if you saw that one. One of our back judges from the 20 tried to throw the football up to another referee around the 40. He couldn't get it there.
Yeah, the ball was probably wet. The ball was wet, man. Come on, give him some.
It was wet. It is I don't see any rain in the
I'm
area.
trying to help him. Come on.
And we will see, is that going to be the end of the ball game here today?
Kind of looking like that. Yeah, the referees are running off the field, so I believe we have completed the football game, Daniel.
Well, there you go. Like you said, they might have been a little more liberal with the clock there at the end of the game. But that is going to do it as Hocking wins it here in week 1, 41-12. The final score, a year removed from just one win. They get that first win in week 1 in big fashion.
Yeah, and so we're going to take a little bit of a break here real quick, folks, and we'll be back for a brief post-game show. Again, you've been watching the Hocking College Hawks on Total Media Sports.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Hocking College is the natural choice for your college education. At Hocking College, we turn passion into profession, real skills for the real world. Level up your career or try something totally new. This is your sign, right here, right now, in the Hocking Hills. Apply today. Change your tomorrow at Hocking College.
You've been watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Welcome back. Post game here from Hocking College. A winning week 1 for the Hawks. They are fired up, and rightfully so. All that hard work over the summer paying off here in week 1 in dramatic fashion. They take it 41-12 over the Ohio Valley Community Christian College Bulldogs. Tad, this was an impressive showing from the Hawks. Obviously, playing a program that's playing their first game in
And for Coach Moore, he's got to be pleased overall offense.
Detroit Community Christian College, a part of the same organization as this Ohio Valley Community Christian College. So everybody connected in that organization. They're both playing here in Hocking for the Hawks' first 2 home games. Once again, the next home game and the next stream we will have for you will be on September the 20th. That is a 1 o'clock game if you can't make it out here to Hocking. Once again, a very impressive showing. Tad, do you have anything else to add before we sign off?
Well, again, I'm very excited. I know Ethan Sargent's going to be here with you for most of the season. I may be here off and on with you guys, but I'll be watching either way, whether that's on YouTube on our Total Media Sports page or here live with the Hawks on Hocking College's beautiful campus. But again, Brent Umphaw just it was very impressive. I was very impressive today. We were getting to learn these players right now, right? We're getting to see them play for the first time, and he just kind of stuck out big time with his arm and accuracy. And I think Coach Moore has a lot to look forward to with that young man being the field soldier or the field general, I should say, for the Hocking College Hawks. And defensively, what coach told you about, the off season with Jalen Stoker. Uh, he stood up too, defensively. And so overall, they just had an impressive game on both sides of the field. Again, still room for things to be fixed and cleaned up as they continue to move forward. But I anticipate a pretty positive season for the Hocking College Hawks.
Well, your anticipation, I'm sure, is felt by a lot of the fans, a lot of the players here tuning in to some Hocking College football here this afternoon. Final score 41-12. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for watching Hocking College Football live on Total Media Sports YouTube.